All right, this is Off the Edge podcast with Matt and Zakk. Occasionally Q, he's not here, so that's why it's occasionally. This is episode 8. We are joined by Zakk Lum.
Hi.
For the second time.
Yes.
Yeah. Am I the first repeat?
You're the first repeat, yeah.
Dude, I'm like Tom Papa on Joe Rogan's podcast. Like every other one's Tom Papa.
You need to bring us bread.
Yes. Next time.
Alex Moore.
Hey, how's everyone doing?
His first time. Jared Chastain.
Hello, everybody.
Also an Off the Edge virgin.
Alex, I like that that Barry White voice that you got going on there, too.
Thank you.
Dude, it gets better than that.
I'm froze up. I don't know what...
So to those out there uninitiated, these guys are the band Flowsion. They are the podcast, video, vlog, whatever, TV stars of Strange Days podcast. And also Traci and the Time Travelers. They're the Time Travelers.
That's right. Yeah.
That's right.
And, basic Renaissance men of our time.
Sounds like we'd be busy.
Embrace the COVID.
Yeah.
Been busier than a cat.
Oh, yeah. You know what?
Bearing shit.
I downloaded that full album just like a month ago, and it's one of my favorite albums ever. It's so good.
Outlier.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, the one
Outlier,
that's got-
yeah.
I didn't remember. I'm so bad with album names and,
Right.
and song names, but yeah, it's really good.
Yeah,
I got
the
it
one
too.
before it's really good too.
Yeah,
I'll check that one out.
And
12 Foot Ninja, that's who we're talking about.
Yeah.
Right.
And then there's one or two more before that. They were just a
there's like an
four-piece.
EP and and then another album, I think.
I think when they added Rowan as second guitarist, really when they came together, his background vocals.
I was telling Zakk, like, we like Between the Buried and Me, and they do a lot of switching between genres, and 12 Foot Ninja, I was surprised they're right up there. They might even, I think they might even do it better. They're just like, everything they do works so well, no matter how jarring of a transition it is. It
Well, that's just it. It's extreme.
Yeah.
When they make that change, it's extreme, but it works.
Yeah, it works.
I don't know if it's like, sorry.
Oh, no.
I don't know if it's like catchier is the right word, but like a 12 Foot Ninja song, I anticipate the next part. Like I kind of know what's coming after I listen to it a few times. And it just kind of like sticks in your head. And Between the Buried and Me, sometimes like their songs are so long and there's just so much different stuff. I kind of don't know what's coming next, even though I've listened to the album 5 or 6 times.
Well, I think that's a pretty good distinction. I really think 12 Foot Ninja tries to have kind of some pop sensibilities to everything they do.
Yeah.
There's usually a hook in there somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Even the more genty stuff, which maybe kind of within the rhythm is a little hard to follow, but overarching in the song, I think it's like hook after hook after hook after hook.
It is.
They're really good about that. And Stevik is like a really, really good classically trained guitar player. So I think that he brings that sensibility of being able to hit these, like, I'm going to be jazzy here, and we're going to do this kind of Latin thing here. And
What's his name?
It's Stephen McKay.
Yeah,
but
Steve McKay.
He goes by Stevik.
Are they foreign?
Australian.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I follow Rowan on Instagram, and during all of this, he's been doing acoustic covers, and playthroughs of like 12 Foot Ninja songs. But like today, I can't remember which song it was. He did a Mr. Bungle song.
Nice.
Yeah. So,
I will have to check that out. I love Mr. Bungle.
yeah, and he just sits there and plays. He's really good too.
They are a major influence for me, Mr. Bungle.
I know that they're looking for a bass player, so if anybody wants to go down under, play bass for him.
I don't know this band, I guess.
Mr. Bungle?
Yeah.
You know Faith No More?
Yep.
All right. Mike Patton, the singer, that was his first band.
Oh.
And
they're still doing it.
Well, no, they kind of did a comeback tour here like last year or something. They've got like, 4 albums or something. They are, I don't know if I could even describe it. just
Avant-garde.
avant-garde. Yeah. I highly recommend their album California. Like, check out Mr. Bungle, California. You won't be disappointed.
Okay.
It's freaking amazing.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Every song is basically like a different, like a twisted, weird, schizophrenic version of a different type of song. Like, they do like a 20s swing type of song. They do a almost like a Beach Boys type of song.
Whoa.
They do like a big band kind of song. Like, it's but it's crazy. And I love it.
What's his other one? The Italian giallo horror show.
Fantomas
yes.
is one.
Yeah. That's some crazy shit too.
Yeah, that's really
Italian,
great too.
What?
Well, no, it's not really Italian.
Well, it sounds.
Fantomas is French actually, but it was a
neighbor.
French like comic book hero guy or like noir thing. I don't know.
I always think of the song you played for me, the Rosemary's Baby.
Yeah.
That's a trip.
They're all Fantomas. This is another one you need to check out. We're going on a Mike Patton rant, dude. I don't mean to take over the podcast, but I'm a big fan. With Fantomas, check out the director's cut, which they do. King Buzzo from the Melvins is a guitar player from that band, and then I think it's the on this album, I believe it's the drummer from Slayer.
Lombardo?
Lombardo is the drummer, and then I think the bass player is the one that's in Mr. Bungle. And they do all covers of thriller themes and horror themes for movies.
Wow, that's awesome.
And it's badass. It's totally badass.
I'm glad this is being recorded because I'm not going to remember any of it.
Fantomas and Mr. Bungle is great. And Mike Patton has a billion other things, but those are definitely my favorites.
Nice.
Yeah, just go on YouTube and watch his solo performance.
Okay.
It's just a vocal performance.
Really?
It's just random noises, but
Yeah, there's no lyrics to
Yeah.
it. Yeah, he uses his voice like an instrument. It's like, it's fucking weird.
Oh my god. What? Oh, that sounds great.
To have the confidence to just go
right.
Yeah.
there and know that you're going to have to be entertaining to people with just you and your voice.
I'm just going to do chicken noises tonight, guys. And, yeah. We might get in trouble for playing this.
Oh, taking off.
Add some tremolo. We'll do a quick fast forward.
No one's watching this anyway.
That's what
Yeah.
we always think too.
Yeah.
And then people start talking. No, people don't start talking. That's a lie. Yeah. So since this virus thing is kind of settling down, do you guys have any shows lined up yet or anything?
Oh, we do. June 6th, right now, is June Jams, which is just
Oh yeah, I heard you guys talking about
east
that
of Parsons.
on the other podcast.
Yeah, we'll probably get Zakk Cook, the guy who puts it on. Yeah, he's in Superman and Shiloh's Crossing now. Get him on here to talk about it.
Nice.
Possibly the weekend after that, we'll still be playing with Framing the Red up around Iola. But I haven't heard one way or another about that. Trauma Fest in August is still on, but just take it a day at a time.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you guys play a lot more than Flowsion does. So
Lately.
like, we're used to having huge gaps in between shows, but are you guys like itching to play pretty bad?
We've kind of taken advantage of this and gotten kind of creative.
Nice.
So, I mean, I'm ready to play. We rehearsed 2 weekends ago.
Yeah.
It was like first time in 6 weeks. So I mean that was good. But
Yeah, we've been really flexing our creative muscles as well through this. No,
Awesome.
we haven't. We haven't
No.
seen each other.
Yeah,
We haven't done anything.
I haven't seen Alex in over 2 months,
Yeah.
probably.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think we're gonna start practicing
Yeah,
finally.
but we have to.
So yeah. We're supposed to have a show June 6th as well. I think with Traci and the Time Travelers
Yeah.
at Jack's, I believe.
see, we were gonna do Jack's the
It's the
Memorial Day.
23rd.
yeah, that's
Memorial Day.
the acoustic show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got a hold of him saying that we'd need to reschedule that because
Yeah.
we're gonna have to add material, and none of us have practiced anything new. And he was like, that's fine. He wasn't sure that they were going to be open.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I don't even know about the show the 6th.
right.
They're going to try to be open, I know, but we just don't know. But,
I think the plan is to practice like we're gonna play for sure, and then whatever happens.
yeah.
That's a good bet. Yeah. Well, if it happens, I'll be there.
Cool.
Because
Unless we're at June Jams.
Yeah.
well, yeah. So I guess it's the same day. All right.
Dude, you
I might need you.
I'll be there in spirit.
Everybody go see Edge Over Edge, because we're going to be playing Jack's probably like 6 weekends a month. Now till whenever. You'll have.
I like the way you think
opportunities.
you're adding weekends to my week.
Yeah, that's right.
I want that.
Yeah,
That's right.
I'd be all right with that.
Yeah. Gosh, there was something I was gonna. Oh yeah, the acoustic. You guys should definitely like pick out a day for that, because I was really excited to see the Edge Over Edge acoustic.
Yeah.
I think
see
it was more or less going to be, maybe us doing some songs all together, kind of quieted down and stuff, but it might be like, all right, well, Matt wants to do this song solo on an acoustic guitar and singing, and then maybe I'll get up there and do some kind of cover on an acoustic guitar and sing, and
Yeah, we were gonna fill time.
it's like variety hour.
Were you gonna do any percussion at all?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What were you gonna do?
I
Pan
was
drum?
thinking,
Pan drum?
Well,
I was thinking about taking just a pared down kit and getting some of those. I don't even know what you
an
call
actual
those.
kit.
Those
hot
like,
rods.
Yeah,
That's
hot
what
rods. It's like
That's what I've been using.
dowel rods, like kind of taped together. Yeah.
Dude, I almost like those better than sticks now.
Yeah.
I get a pair of real sticks. I'm like, what are these? These are too heavy. I can't even move.
Right.
You run out to Orschel and make some. Yeah.
Yeah, there's not much to them.
Yeah.
Wrap them with tape.
Yeah. Some rubber bands,
Yeah.
some little dowel rods. You're good.
They're fairly loud still, I think.
Think it's too
His
much.
snare drum is loud.
Well, no, I mean Zakk controls it fine, but I think they can be just as loud. It seems like
They could be pretty close. Yeah.
I think maybe the rim shot isn't quite as effective, so
No.
it's probably not nearly as loud on the snare drum.
Yep.
Actually, 'Cause I think Zakk only does like rim shots basically when we're really playing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think every hit you're hitting the rim also, right?
Yeah. I don't know how to hit a snare any other way.
It's crazy. I have a hard time being consistent doing that myself. I'm always impressed when I see you play and you're just like crack, crack, crack.
Yeah.
think
Like,
it-
wow.
Just something clicked when I was learning how to do it, and now it's just like I would struggle to do anything else.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's any type of skill. I think it just
You know
worked
what
out that way.
You know, I think part of it is, you know how when you tear down a drum set and you set it back up and you can tell if something is just an inch off. And I think out of everyone I've seen, I think you put more effort into making sure that it's repeatable, like exactly your kit, like your snare height and stuff. So maybe that has something to do with like, you know, you
I think
keep
that probably
everything
has
really
a lot
consistent.
to do with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because every time I play my drums, my snare somehow is like 3 or 4 inches in a different direction. And that's just my life. But
Yeah, that's something I was thinking about today, man. Alex, you are a multi-instrumentalist. You,
a little bit.
yeah, man. You, I mean, I first heard you guys and you were playing bass. And then I happened across, like, someone shared a YouTube video of you playing drums. I was like, Alex plays drums? I was like, damn, he's a pretty good drummer.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I got really into doing drum covers, and I just drumming is fun. So.
Yeah, man. And you killed it, too. And
I prefer
and
saxophone playing.
Oh,
That's what I'm best
right.
at.
I forgot about that.
That was a magic. That was a
What-
magical
what
night.
if people want to look up this video, what do they do? How do they do to search this?
Okay, so if you look up Flowsion on Facebook, we post about once a year, so you shouldn't have to scroll too far to find the video, even though it's from like 2 years ago. So, yeah, we did a little sax jam.
That was sweet.
I flexed my sax muscle.
What was the
Little
other?
saxy time.
What was the other?
I don't
thing
want
with the
you flexing
keys?
your sack. Anyway.
My melodica.
Melodica.
that you blow into and play. That's fun to play.
I'm looking to getting an automaton. Have you seen those?
Oh yeah, with the little face on it.
It's like it's from Japan with a little ball at the end. You squeeze it, and it's like a little synthesizer.
Kind of turned on right now.
When you see it, that's what you do. So
You squeeze it like this. Yeah, squeeze it.
yeah,
Listen to it make noise.
That's it.
it's cool. It's Japanese.
See, I was I had in my mind what this thing looks like, and I didn't even like think anything.
I didn't
of
either.
what you were doing.
I didn't think about that.
See, this is why we drink. Keeps things entertaining.
Oh man.
Yeah, so we're transitioning into a band that plays automaton, melodica, and Zakk's still trying to pick one out.
Maybe theremin at one point.
Yeah,
Theremin, that'd be good.
We might sound like Mr. Bunkle once we listen to him.
I think that's probably not far off, guys. I really.
I want a theremin. They're really
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be a fun instrument.
cool. I heard they're nearly impossible to play with live because they say like just the static in the air affects affects everything, and you have to really have the right condition. Some of the places we play probably wouldn't be the right
I
condition.
didn't think I've heard them in like classical ensembles, but that makes sense because there's like no other electric instruments. So I'm wondering, like maybe in that environment, there wouldn't be a lot of it like interference and weirdness going on.
The DJ for Incubus uses one, or at least he used to.
Really?
Yeah. Did you ever see a DVD called Alive at Red Rocks? It was their live DVD at Red Rocks, and it was really good. But
I'll
he
have to
plays
check it
a
out because
theremin
I
a
like
little bit.
I like Incubus a lot.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite like live concert DVDs.
Right on.
Partially just because of the venue. That's
Oh,
when
yeah.
I
Place
was
is
there.
so cool.
Has anyone been there?
I have not. No.
I saw John Mayer's playing. He plays with Grateful Dead, and they're playing a show there, and so that would probably be an experience. Talk about a contact high. I think I don't really listen to that band, but I just want to go there so bad.
Yeah, no, that would be an experience.
Yeah.
I would do it. That'd be awesome. But we got off track, but I wanted to get to where I was aiming for was that last summer at Summer Jams here in Independence was the first time I think I saw you play guitar.
Oh.
And I think I was amongst many that our jaws had just dropped, and I looked over at, who was it? I think it was Jack from Elder Earth. Looked at me and goes, Alex is giving a goddamn guitar clinic on tapping the, like legato technique over here. Like, what is going on?
Oh man.
Like, yeah, dude, I had no idea.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So
very
super
much.
impressed. I really like. I love your music, and that just took it up a notch, which I
Thank
didn't
you.
think was possible, but it happened, and it was
Thank you.
great. So
I'm very self-conscious about my guitar playing just because it doesn't happen very often. In our last band, I got pretty comfortable with it playing guitar, but
and it's like I knew that you played guitar in Aramont, right?
yeah.
But I just, for whatever reason, I was just like put that out of my head for a couple of years or whatever.
yeah. Well, thank you. I appreciate
It was
it.
good.
That means
And that's
a
not
lot.
slighting either of you either. Like,
No, dude,
because we all know that Zakk is a man when it comes to drums.
Oh, dude.
We all know that Jared friggin' is a monster on guitar. So,
Yes.
but I just think
Yes.
it's just the level you've reached, Alex, at each instrument. I mean, as someone that plays more than one instrument myself, like I was like, that's impressive. So,
Thank you. Thank you. And same. I've thought the same thing about you because I would see Edge of Reg so much,
nah.
and then I would forget what you could do on a guitar, and then when I'd see Command play, I was like, holy shit.
Oh,
I'd do the same thing. I'm like, I forgot Zakk even really played because like I was just used to seeing you drum because for some reason I just saw Edge of Reg a lot more.
yeah. Oh, well,
But,
thanks.
Dude, I would do the same thing. I'm like, whoa, I forgot. So
I feel bad. I love playing guitar. I just don't do it enough anymore. Like, I need to find excuses to play more guitar.
Yeah. Isn't that weird?
I
Like,
guess we can just program more drums.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
yeah, I feel lazy thinking this way, but I feel like if I weren't in a band, I don't know that that's what pushes me to practice. And like I hardly play drums, and I feel lazy about it. But like being a band forces me to keep playing. And so I don't know, if I wasn't in a band, it's scary to think about, but would I keep playing just by myself at home every day?
It's weird. Do you guys kind of feel this way too? Like when you're young and you're just like got a lot of time and you're just like, oh man, I'm, soaking up information, learning songs, learning technique and stuff. And then now you're a little older, you got a job, maybe you have kids or whatever, or dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of takes up, the time that you want to have to play songs or like learn or make new songs.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I've been kind of de-rusting, I guess you'd say, every now and then playing acoustic stuff. Just whenever my little one's sleeping and stuff.
Yeah.
Or to him when he's hanging out, I'll play for him and stuff. So
That's awesome.
try to keep,
Yeah.
stay up on my abilities.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It gets tough. It definitely gets tough.
I totally feel that way. I feel like I need to make it a priority to play instead of just something like, oh, I'm going to play. This will be fun.
I do too.
Do you guys ever feel like do you ever feel like you'd be better off if you focused all your attention on one project? But you guys, like us, we just I try a lot of different things, like this podcast, for example, and it's like, man, how good could I be at one thing if I really focused on that one thing? But
This is a Matt question because Matt does like 8 million things.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I think had we grown up in this time, it might be a little bit different. Because when I think of playing music, yeah, I can record stuff at home and stuff like that, but to actually make music, I still feel there needs to be a band. And of course, with YouTube guitarists, drummers, different, they don't. I mean, and they do it on their own. So yeah, with the band side of it, you're kind of dependent upon others. So then you've got that downtime where, we can't all get together, every single day and stuff like that. So, I always feel the need to throw something else in there. And so like this, Zakk came up with this, and it was great because it was something we could do during the week.
yeah,
We try to include Quentin when we can, but it's not required. And he knows it's not required. I mean, he's in college and working a full-time job.
Miss you, Quentin. If you're listening. Wish you were here.
I'm sure he does too. But yeah, I mean, it's that old saying, I'm a jack of many trades, and master of none.
That's how I feel.
And I think part of that is just, I have a lot of interests. I mean, if I was solely dedicated to a guitar, then yeah, I'd set my ass down and practice scales and learn theory and do all that. But I want to do more. I mean, I probably should set my ass down and practice scales and theory and stuff like that. But because I have limitations because of it. But we only got one shot, so why waste it on one thing?
I totally. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. I like that. That's a great outlook.
Just my hypothesis. I have nothing to back this up, but by trying to reach out and do different things, do you think that like I guess the amalgam of that kind of like seasons you in a way, like broadens your horizons, gives you more experiences to be more creative?
I do.
Probably so,
yeah. At the same time,
like
though,
if you just stay in your own little box and just do your one thing and have tunnel vision on it, like
right. Where are you going with that? You have your own limitations.
Like you might be technically better at a thing, but are you more creative?
Yeah.
Are you doing anything worthwhile?
Right.
Yeah, I heard somebody say, some stand-up comedian talk about how when comedians hit a certain level, of fame, and all they're doing is basically traveling and in airplanes all the time, they suddenly don't have anything to write jokes about because their entire life is just traveling from place to place. And it's kind of like, that kind of goes along the same lines.
Yeah,
like,
that makes sense.
if you're stuck in that one spot, they're playing an instrument or something, maybe you don't get exposure to keep your mind free.
I don't know if this is the same thing, but this is what made me think of. So I'm just going to riff for a second off your thought, is when Korn came out, the band Korn, I was like, I've never heard anything like this.
Me too.
7-string guitars. I was like, my mind is blown. This is a whole new freaking thing. Like, this is amazing.
What's wrong with his bass? It keeps making that weird noise.
Yeah, I know. I was like, this is not even...
The guitars are making these little DJ noises.
Like, he's not doing that right.
The cymbals are distorted.
But then, it's like the second album came out, and I was like, all right, I'm still, it's cool. And the third album came out, and I was like, these guys are too successful. They don't have anything to be upset about anymore.
That was,
It was like, they ran out of things to write about.
Yeah,
and to
isn't
be
that
creative
weird?
about. So
No, it's not,
exactly
because
how
that's
I
what I
felt.
struggle with. I mean, we got, 5 new songs, and I've got one that has lyrics. But, I'm not angry about anything anymore. Actually, if I spend a long day scrolling through Facebook, I'm starting to get angrier. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
there you
I was
go.
going to say, I'll start some fake profiles and just start trolling you every time you
just like-
post. And,
people are fucking stupid.
It just seems so crazy to think that you can just dedicate your entire life to playing and somehow not just keep getting better, even at writing lyrics. You'd think just and it happens all the time. Bands like second, third album, it just progressively is not quite as good as that first one. It's like,
right.
it seems so backwards, but it's so common.
I think the problem with Korn is that they let him start singing. And I'm not saying he's a bad singer, but the beauty of that first album is he was so fucking angry.
It was so raw.
Yeah.
It was like...
And then
Like,
all,
you
all
look
of a
at the
sudden,
production, the
he
value
started
of that
doing-
album, and it's like, looking back, it's like, it's not a great sounding album.
No,
But it's just so emotional, though. It's like, really,
But it's a perfect time capsule.
yeah.
Yeah. It's just a moment in time.
He's definitely not angry now. He seems pretty like a dad or something.
I don't know. He's had a shitty past couple of years.
Has
when
he?
His wife killed herself.
Oh
2 years
wow,
ago.
really?
Oh.
I didn't know that.
Or maybe not even 2 years ago. It was like 6 months before Rocklahoma.
Jeez.
I need to check out the
Whoa.
latest Korn album.
Actually, it is pretty good. It is.
You selfishly are happy, aren't you?
No, I'm not. I'm not sharing anyone's.
Well, I mean, it's like,
Bad fortune.
I love Nine Inch Nails, but when he got off heroin, they really went downhill. I'm sorry.
But you know what? The soundtracks that he and Atticus Ross do
Yeah.
are amazing.
Yeah.
They're so good.
Yeah.
I can't listen to many albums, Nine Inch Nails, but I love pulling up their live performances. Just
Yeah.
Yeah.
the lighting and just the moods.
Well, and
that go
everything
along with the song.
sounds bigger on those. I listened to the Downward Spiral.
That's one of my favorite
yeah.
albums to this day. I really love that album.
just the other day, trying to look for some inspiration, and some of the mixing choices that he made. It's like this goes against everything in the book. It's like there's this big chorus that has a pillow laying over the top of it, and it's in mono. And then the vocal sounds like he's just got a tape machine and he's just talking into it. It's just
Yeah, right.
but things like that transfer to live really well because I mean you're in this big open space and it sounds as big as you would expect it to.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas on the album it's just like, what?
Yeah.
It doesn't make it bad. It just we're all kind of groomed to a certain industry sound, and then he comes out here and goes, fuck it. He's like, fuck it.
Yeah.
In industry sound, that reminds me of the guest you guys got, Joey Sturgis. That was quite the get.
Dude, that was informative.
That was awesome.
That was awesome.
You know what? You just go message him on Instagram. You want to answer any question you want.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
He seems super nice.
Super chill guy.
Yeah.
He seems brutally honest, just he's not bullshitting. He's telling you exactly.
I
what
really
he
got
feels
the
works.
feeling that he just wants to see people succeed.
Yeah.
Like,
That came across.
yeah, like I think that he's like, I'm a businessman. My business model is that people are going to, I'm going to help people sound good. And by helping people sound good and succeed, I'm going to succeed myself,
Yeah.
And that's just really awesome.
Yeah.
I love that whole philosophy. And
Yeah, and he wasn't timid about his accomplishments and stuff. Like, I like that.
No, I did
he was
this.
confident. Yeah. Yeah, I wish, I notice listening to this podcast and just the more we play music with people and stuff, like a lot of local bands, including ourselves, and we really get down ourselves and aren't very confident.
Oh yeah.
Just and it's just something like I thought we were that way pretty bad, but then I start realizing I hear other guys talking. I'm like, I think a lot of people are like this. They just it's weird. It's weird to think you would. I could be different and get off the stage and be like, whoa, that was awesome. Instead of being like, well, back to the drawing board. What happened?
I think we're conditioned to believe that this is a hobby.
Yeah.
You work your 9 to 5 and that's life. This is just your hobby. And I don't know about you guys, but I would always put music at the top. I mean, that's just something I've been passionate about since grade school. When I was going to be a keyboard player for Duran Duran.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
dude. There's still time.
I know, right? I suck at keys though, so
I would love to know the keyboard player of Duran Duran.
Right. But yeah, I mean, we're, and I think a lot of that is shifting. We're seeing more of people like, you don't have to go to college. Mm-hmm. Trades may be better. Obviously, I don't think there's still a lot of people out there saying, no, you should be a musician.
Yeah.
But I do see a lot more people saying, you know what? You've got time to be a grown-up. Try. Go out and try.
Right.
And live your dream.
Yeah.
And that wasn't in our generation. We were kind of conditioned that this was always going to be a hobby. You're not going to make it. And, I don't hold that against, my folks or anything. That's the way
That's
it
what
is.
they
You
believe.
go to college,
Yeah,
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I think with that, I think sometimes people, like anything, people take it too far. And so then you end up with, lazy freeloaders living on your couch until they're 40. And
Yeah.
Right.
Fortunately, my kids are.
I think another part of that in my mind maybe is that all you guys are super compassionate, just chill, nice guys. And I think maybe we all just have it in our mind man, we don't want to come out super egotistical and just I don't know, just have a big head and look like a jerk to everybody.
Yeah.
And that could go back to our generation when we were growing up. There were a lot of people that even local bands that were like that.
Right. Oh yeah,
That's
shit.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
I think we all
wanna
said
do that.
dude, what the hell is it? Your attitude does not match your skills. Just calm down.
I don't want to be that douchebag.
Right. Yeah. So maybe it's just a part of being conscientious. Not all of it, but a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit of it.
Yeah.
I think about that. I think even if I felt good about something, I'm just probably not gonna blow it up. I'm gonna downplay it a little bit because I don't want to seem like an asshole that's full of myself.
I totally understand that.
Yeah.
I think that's probably a lot of it.
I feel like the worst thing I could be called was arrogant. That kills me to think about somebody that would say that. So I try
anybody
to
that calls you arrogant hasn't ever talked to you.
Well,
Yeah.
15 seconds talking to you.
But-
oh yeah, he ain't arrogant.
dude, and just YouTube, it can be an awesome tool to get better, but it can also make you feel like complete dog shit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
If you think you're good, you can go on there and see like an 8-year-old Japanese girl that's playing like the same thing you're playing and way better.
Yeah.
Like,
You know, and it's not so much the other people playing, it's just the unfiltered comments.
Yeah.
People can just say whatever they want.
yeah.
And nobody, if they can hide behind a screen, then they don't give a shit. And they have no conscience whatsoever.
And you have to kind of implicitly know that that's like the very vocal minority of people,
Right.
that are posting stuff and commenting. But
However, the flip side to that is once you start getting shitty comments, then you know you've reached a certain level.
right, yeah.
So I'm still holding out for some shitty comments.
Yeah,
And they can totally be true. I don't care. But, as long as we get that level.
you want some haters?
Yeah.
yeah.
Just feed on them.
Yeah.
Is that what they do? Is that what
So
they
anyone
say to
listening, you can step up and be our haters.
do? Yeah.
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 Throw some hate their way.
We'll start a group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All those drum covers I've done, it's like there's a lot of bad comments,
Really?
that come across. Yeah. But also like the good ones still feel really nice to hear. So
Yeah.
I think they still outweigh the bad, but still someone's like, dude, I'm not doing a drum clinic here. I'm just messing around.
right.
They take it very seriously.
I'm not Mike Portnoy. Like I'm not like just
Yeah.
I think it would be really, really cool if they could add in just an algorithm that automatically reads, okay, this is a negative comment. So like a drum cover. So it immediately pops up and says, okay, you want to post this comment, you have to prove that you can do it better.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Or
if
if you post a mean comment, your parents' credit card gets charged $40. And then
That's pretty good.
after a few of those, your parents are gonna finally start to get on you about what you're doing online.
right.
yeah.
Keep these kids from being trolls when they grow up.
These trolls,
That's a
though,
good
they're-
call.
Speaking of trolls and
The
jumping
trolls
back
are
to
ageless.
12-Foot Ninja, you guys need to watch the video, the director's cut of Ain't That a Bitch
Okay.
by 12-Foot Ninja.
I don't know that I've seen the regular version.
I don't know that
I've
I
watched
have
a
either.
few, but like I said, I don't remember song titles very well.
I don't know if I've watched that.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the one with the guys in Periphery at the end at the barbecue.
Yeah, I know I haven't watched that.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Is it newer
Yeah, it must
than
not.
One
No,
Hand Killing?
it's. I think it's off of that album before,
Okay.
and it's not that great a song, but it's a wonderful video.
Nice. They're great with the videos.
Oh, sick.
I saw my favorite comment on the one off the One Hand Killing album, but not that song. The other video they did.
Sick. Yeah.
Yeah, sick. You just said that.
Yeah.
It's
But
somebody was like,
it's sick too. So, just in case you make that distinction.
yeah. Well, somebody was like a metal band with a video, and they're trying to make me laugh instead of freak me out. He's like, I think I can get used to this.
Right.
And it's true. It's like, man, it's so refreshing to see. Even a lot of metal bands aren't trying to be scary, but they're just like very serious in their music video. And,
Right.
man, they just have so much fun.
And that's a hard thing to get around. We've tossed different ideas about fun videos and stuff like that. And it's like, maybe once you're at a certain level, like Foo Fighters, when they make fun of themselves, whatever, they're fucking Foo Fighters,
Yeah.
But it's, I want them to take us seriously. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were going to do a video once where a kid got hit by a truck or something. And
That's
really,
pretty serious.
I'm really glad that didn't happen. So that would have been
Is that the prison riddle?
yeah, that would have been a scar.
We did do a full album about it happening, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I found that on the sometimes I find a bunch of blank CDs, CDRs. I'm like, I know there's stuff on these. Take them in the car.
We
Found that
burned
album.
like 140 of them, just knowing it was gonna pop off and everybody's gonna want one. It didn't happen that way.
Guys, we need to order more blank CDs.
Shit, now I want one.
We're gonna run
Yeah.
out.
Was this Flowsion?
out.
that did
No.
this, or
This was when we were Aeromont. There was a band before that called the Aeromont Prison Riddle. It's what spawned Aeromont.
oh, okay.
And I was on vocals, and our singer and Airmont wasn't in it. It was before Jared joined. So we wrote a concept album about a kid dying, basically. So, yeah, I shouldn't even have brought this up.
No,
embarrassing.
I'm like,
It's like, so basically,
I'm totally
so
enthralled right now. Like, what?
this guy, our concept was this. This guy was, his wife had went somewhere. He was going to go meet her the next day or something, and he hit this kid with his car, and then he was scared, so he didn't report it or anything, and he just like got rid of the kid. And then it's just his struggle with like slowly like losing his mind, basically,
the guilt just tearing him up
until finally he's going to turn himself in, and like he sees the ghost of the kid, and he like pulls over, and he's gonna try to like do something, and the kid like waves him over, and then he gets hit in the road, and then he's laying there dying. The kid is like, "Yeah, you little bitch." No, that that should have been the lyrics. That would have been a lot funnier. Should have turned it, twisted it right at the end to be funny. So that was a mistake. Is what that was.
It was.
We should have just written normal songs.
We learned a lot.
Or we should have written about a man getting hit by a car.
We should anything else
It was
would
a
have been
kid. and that
anything
was
else
a
would have been better.
mistake. Yeah.
We had sound effects of the body getting buried on the album. So
I
What
so
did we-
want to hear this.
Right?
This
You-
sounds like
I don't
something
think I've
I would
ever-
like totally be into.
I don't think I've ever.
put a,
Not that I want kids to get hit by cars. Like I'm just putting it out there.
no, we don't either.
No one wants to run over kids.
We don't
with their
condone
car.
that.
Especially
This
because
is simply a slice of life. That's all.
this is before I had a kid, and
Oh.
so like kids weren't as special to me as they are now.
So you're just
I
like,
didn't
fuck
think
those
about
little
that.
bastards.
no, it wasn't that crazy. I was just like, when you have a kid, suddenly like you see kids differently.
Yeah.
And so yeah,
That becomes a lot more real and like emotional.
yeah.
Yeah.
And even though Zakk doesn't have a kid, but he was probably the most mature out of all of us. But he was probably like, I'm just gonna go with it.
Yeah, I just wanted to play drums. So whatever I had to do to play drums.
So no, you're never gonna hear it. Sorry. Sorry.
We dug a hole in your front yard, and I think we put a mic out the window in your attic. Put a mic there, and then somebody threw dirt on a suitcase in the hole, and it sounded like dirt coming down on like a wrapped up body. So it's on there like.
I love how well thought out this all is.
There was like one.
This needs to be heard.
There was one random track that had a Star Wars quote before the song. Remember?
I don't remember.
I've got a
that.
bad feeling about this, sir. Remember that?
Oh yeah,
that was in the album.
It was might have been Captain Rex.
Oh.
And that was in there. So
What did that come off of? Like
you had a toy of
yeah,
some
there
sort
was
that
there was
said
a
it.
toy with a voice recording. That was on there. I feel like that was before Clone Wars, but maybe not.
Yeah, it's cringy. It's really cringy. It's okay, but it's cringy. So I don't like it.
I don't know. I think maybe Flowsion needs to revisit that album and just bring it up to 2020. No. Maybe instead of the kid dying by getting hit by a car, it's a virus.
Topical.
Yeah, I like this. Yeah, people really want to hear a full album about this virus.
There's plenty of them going around.
Is there?
Yeah.
Man.
I've
Albums?
Well, I don't know.
Oh,
Songs.
like good.
Yeah,
Lord.
how many people release albums? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot coming out all at the same time, probably. Here in
Well,
a
I
few
mean,
months.
yeah. How many are going to be called Quarantine? How many are going to be called The Virus or Virus or
Yeah.
I've sworn to myself that no matter what I write, it can be about it, but it will not be titled anything that'll be like that.
Yeah.
Got to come at it from kind of an oblique
No, okay.
angle.
Concept album. You're the virus.
Oh.
And you're like metal as hell. And just trying to like kill everybody. And then
Slowly, though, because it's this fucking sneak attack.
Yeah, and I don't know where it goes from there, but all right, I'm gonna start writing. We're gonna
Ninja
I'm already
virus.
listening to riffs in my head about what it would sound like. How to make a slow
Sax
creeping.
solo.
Yeah.
There's
yeah,
the sax solo,
dude.
yeah.
Okay, You know how you play music with people for so long that you just like, you can kind of, probably when you guys jam, you can just like you could be a jam band. That's how I feel with these guys. And like when you said that, when you said you had ideas in your head, I was thinking like some kind of like sludge, like I don't know what band I'm thinking of. Just like
slow, heavy,
just
metal
some
music.
doom music.
Slow heavy is so much heavier than fast heavy.
Yes,
in my opinion.
yes.
Yeah.
Is that what you were thinking about?
Maybe. But yeah,
He is
it's
now.
probably like that. It's got that feel.
Yeah.
Like every 3 or 4 practices, we just play like the slowest breakdown you've ever heard in your life, and Jared just yells "doom," and it's the coolest thing ever.
Well, it was. I
like
was.
something just comes out of us at that point.
I love that.
Alex was playing this crazy riff. I'm like, it just took me over, you know.
Dude.
Then we always say like, "We remember that, right? We can do that again, right?" And we never can. Never.
Why is
That's
it
why I got
so
my phone.
fun?
Anytime we come up with something new, it's like, okay, we're recording it.
You gotta get it right
Oh, yeah.
away,
Yeah.
or it's gone.
We've lost some. Every track we lose, I think, is the best song ever written, but it's probably not.
Your own personal Tenacious D.
Yeah. You didn't hit record? Yeah, we never hit record. So I think we learned that lesson. But
That reminds me, Jared Hayden from Ghost in the Atlantic had posted something about how, you know, he sends out a new track and everybody has to wait 5 minutes before they can reply and say,
Oh,
how good it
yeah.
was. You know?
Yep.
oh yeah,
saw that.
yeah I saw
So,
that.
BJ from Galaxia, he got on there and he said, you know, I'm proud to say that I listen to every single thing anybody ever sends me.
Yep, I saw
So
that
I
too.
immediately sent him Dope Smoker by Sleep, which is an hour long, right? he immediately replied with, fuck you. So
perfect.
fast forward a couple of weeks, and it came up in my Facebook feed. Some guy slowed Dope Smoker down by 500%.
Oh my god.
So the fucking song is 5 hours long. and it's still heavy as shit because it's
That
Sounds
actually
like a fog
that sounds
horn.
cool.
And I was this close to just blasting his Facebook page with it. But I'll give him a
man.
pass on this one.
He's the type of guy that he'll probably at some point listen to it just so he can
Sing,
say that he
it.
did.
right.
You know, it was funny. The first time I ever heard that song, I drove up to Kansas City to buy that Thunderbird bass. And on the ride home, at that time I had XM Sirius or whatever, and I can't remember which channel it was. One of the DJs played that song. And so I'm like, fuck it, I got to drive home from KC. So I listened to the song in its entirety.
Dude.
I can't
That's
imagine
another
doing
one.
it for 5 hours, though.
God damn it. I cannot remember the name of the album, but Phantomos, who I was talking about earlier, they have a medical horror themed album
Horror.
that is all one track like that. It's like an hour long, like Nightmare in the Hospital.
That's
I'm
awesome.
gonna put that in my notes too.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's
No,
awesome.
I haven't listened to that one. I'm going to listen.
Delirium Cordia is the name of the album. Delirium
Alright.
Cordia.
Good, that's the coolest name ever.
Dude, yeah, that is cool.
Dude, they're fucking cool. They're not. It's like it's something that you want to listen to once and be like, well, all right, I'm glad I experienced that, but I'm never fucking listening to that again.
It almost seems like it's like watching a movie. Like instead of
Yeah.
listening to like an album, it'd be like watching a movie a couple times a year or something.
Right.
Well, I'd like to, you know, we've talked about it. I'd like to build an apprehension engine. Have you ever seen what that is?
No.
Yeah, go on Facebook and look up apprehension engine. And basically what it is
We are now changing the name of the band to Apprehension Engine.
That's the coolest name ever.
but I mean, you were talking about doing, you know, weird instruments and shit like that. This would be like the weirdest ever. So it's basically just some piezo pickups around a box, and they put like steel, I don't know, strips in different lengths on an end, and you can pluck them, and then, you know, the box picks that up. They've got a reverb tank on there that's exposed, so you can smash the strings, or the springs. Got long, or not long, probably about that long, strings that they've got mounted on there, and then like a wooden crank wheel that will spin and it'll rub them kind of like a bow would, and, and then they use different like slides and stuff, and it's just all ambient horror sounds, and that's kind of what the whole thing was built for, was to do these sounds in movies, and it's so cool. Now I've actually been wanting to take that PD amp and do that with that.
Dude, that
needs to
would be
happen.
awesome. Because, you know, I do video editing sometimes like you, and wouldn't it be nice to be able to make your own, like,
Instead
stuff
of
like
just
that,
grabbing a keyboard and get weird. Yeah.
Make it
would.
something really genuine and, like, your own. A lot of times I'll just grab, I have like a footage crate subscription, so I'll just grab some.
Well, and even if I
ambient
made
music.
something like that, I'd be like, "Fuck, man, now I gotta go set up." And I'm
Yeah,
just gonna
that's
grab it
true.
off the web, But yeah, it would be cool. I think it would be cool to just do like a themed album or a concept or whatever, and not even real music. I mean, I'm talking shit like that, but with like silent video, like a silent film type, but then using that and just doing that as a performance where all the lights are off except for the projection, and then you just make that. But then you could incorporate like the ambient shit in our helixes, and I don't know, call the band Movie Night or something.
Yeah, we have talked about doing that.
Yeah.
Just projecting some
That sounds fun.
crazy shit and then
and
improving.
Yeah,
basically.
we talked about going in unscripted. I mean, you have the video, but then we just go in and make random noise and try and feed off each other, and that'd be kind of a cool thing to do, and then get everybody we know and just come in and
EOE Flowsion big band.
Yes.
just
Needs
everybody
to do
we
that.
know. Just
Yeah,
get
I
in
know.
and everybody just make fucking noise.
Do you ever wonder how your like impromptu jams at practice would go if you were on a stage and you tried it? I always wonder if would we still be able to do it?
Yeah.
Would the pressure
have to.
affect us?
I think Command did it really well.
Oh
Yeah,
You guys
I always
used to-
felt really good about that.
Yeah, I don't think
We would get into kind of like a post-rock mode,
Yeah.
and
it would kind of get to what we're talking about, except a little more straightforward than just random noise. But
yeah.
there was definitely some random noise involved.
But yeah, I really always liked that. Like one of my favorite bands I still listen to today is ISIS, the band, not the terrorist organization.
I saw them live one time.
Really?
Yeah, they opened up for Tool.
That's bad. Yeah, I
That would
remember
make
that
sense,
tour.
yeah.
I didn't see him on that tour, but yeah.
I had no idea who or what they were, and I was like, this is the craziest shit I've ever heard in my life.
I love their music because they will go hard as anybody, and then they'll just bring it down and be like so just peaceful and atmospheric and weird, and it just flows, and it's cool.
They started playing before we even got like in the arena, and we walked in, and it was just like you could tell that there was somebody like playing music, but it was like so quiet, and people were just talking. And then just like this big like wall of sound just hit you, and this guy starts talking like in a robot voice. And Traci was trying to find her seats, and I was just like sitting there mesmerized, like I don't know what the fuck this is, but it's awesome.
That should happen more often. There's already a band playing when you're going in there. I
Yeah,
love that.
I had this idea a while ago, actually just before all this shut down. But when everything shut down, I thought, okay, this is how you not only make yourself one of the most popular bands in the world, but you give back and you help the little guys. I think we'll take Metallica for instance, because they're the biggest band. So they book a tour, just them, right? And everywhere they go, they get a local regional lineup. And say the door time is at 7. Band starts at 8. First band starts at 8. And if you're not in there, you ain't getting in there. So that everybody has to come. Everybody has to watch the opening bands.
Right.
And I think not only would you be the biggest band, but you'd be the most popular.
A band of their stature could easily make that happen too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They could.
And there's so many bands under that level too that could do that.
Yeah.
I mean, you pay for your tickets. If you're late, too fucking bad.
Right. Yeah.
I saw Metallica on their last tour, and they had Jim Brewer, the comedian,
Yeah.
the comedian open up for him. And I the day after, I listened to an interview with Jim Brewer, and he said that Lars came to him and said they can't take bands on the road with them anymore because just the crowd doesn't react to them. And Lars said,
well, and that's it. You don't take bands on the road with you. Every stop, you have the local promoter fill the bill.
that's how bands used to get big. We're just opening up for bigger and bigger.
Right.
But I heard Jim Brewer say that, and I'm like, I'm not a fan of Lars, but
Same.
man, that's not the way to look at it. You need to be bringing up younger bands and exposing them, and it didn't seem right to me. But Jim Brewer was
and
cool,
even the
but-
places that do that, they don't have that restriction. So people are like, oh well, they're not going to come on until 10, so we're not going to go.
Yeah.
You know, just force it.
That seems to be a pretty prevalent mentality. It's like, oh well, we'll just miss the opener. It's like, oh well, we might miss the previews at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
Who cares?
I care.
I do because I love the previews.
I love the
Like, damn
previews
it.
too. It's like,
Yeah.
I get in there and I'm
Maybe
like,
that's
holy
what-
shit, I haven't seen that one.
maybe that's why we all get along so well. We're those guys that want to see the previews.
You know what's interesting? I don't know how many non-heavy shows you guys go to, but this is, I don't know if I should even say this. I don't want this to sound like shit talking of the people that like us that like the music we do, but a lot of the shows I've seen of bands that aren't heavy, their crowd for the openers are really respectful. And I don't know if that's just part of the culture
Yeah.
or what, but I don't remember who I saw at the Brady, and they had some local opening band, and everybody, the crowd was roaring for them. It was just so nice, and it was heartwarming to see because
I think if you can write a panty dropper, then you're gonna get that reaction. Yeah.
I don't know if that's it.
That's part of it.
Well, I think that there's two. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. Okay. I think there's two kinds of people that like aggressive music. One is people that just are aggressive and want a soundtrack to fucking shit up and being crazy and having a lot of just a lot of anarchy in their life, and then I think the other one is people I think that we all are here really is that people are just into the intricacies of music, and a lot of times it seems like heavier bands are the ones that are more technically skilled,
Right.
and they're doing more interesting outside the box kind of things, more progressive kind of things, and we're attracted to that. So I think that those crazy people kind of maybe take over those heavy shows.
that makes a lot of sense.
That's the way I
don't
think
know.
about
I don't
it.
know though. I think you'll see a lot more aggressive people at country shows. Honestly,
That's probably true.
You think so?
Yeah.
Just because they're
Drunk?
macho man
maybe.
type?
Yeah. Kind of the. I refrain from saying toxic masculinity, but
Yeah.
just,
that's
what
that
is
sounds
it?
right.
Well, I think you can say that. I mean, not all masculinity is toxic,
No,
but
no.
there is some that is. That's the way I think about it.
Well, it's hard to say toxic masculinity, and some people would perceive
Right.
Fight Club as toxic masculinity, and I don't see that at all. I think
Right.
Fight Club's my favorite movie. Period.
Yeah.
And I think that's baseline masculinity. The questions that they're asking in that movie, are just jabs at modern society and not necessarily, oh, I got big dick.
yeah.
But
You should isolate that and just play it
yeah,
sometime.
definitely.
That'll be an in between songs. Oh,
Let me interrupt real quick. Do any of you want a drink? Can I get you guys anything?
Thank you.
I'm good.
All right.
Thank you.
Got water,
Okay.
pop, beer.
Yeah.
beer.
If you want anything,
Beer.
just let me know. Speak up. I'll get it for you.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Dude, Metallica was the worst crowd I've ever been in my life.
Really?
Just horrible. Like a dude threatened to pee on my back. And
What a weird
seriously.
threat.
It's kind of popular in some cultures.
No, he threatened to pee on me because
I'll
I
take
had a
one.
Coheed and Cambria shirt on.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
That's the worst. Like, he doesn't know you at all. And because of a band you like, he's going to, like, threaten violence on you. It's
Yep.
fucking
Now,
crazy.
now bringing up the country thing, I will say that a lot of metal fans are fucking elitists, man. It's like, oh, these bands are metal, and
Yeah.
these bands are not metal, and you know, my
I only listen to technical death metal.
it's just like if there's any real singing, it's not metal. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, you don't want to talk to those guys.
Right.
That sounds horrible. I feel like we might have known a couple people like that back when we were playing in Aramont. And it's like Jesus, like very like pretentious when it comes to music. Just like what they listen to, not what they're playing or anything. It's just like, okay.
Like I have totally more than once by more than one person been accused of being a music snob. And I'll own up to it, like I can be, but I will come back and say it's like, man, this, I'll go from listening to Tool to freaking Meshuggah to like Portishead or Counting Crows, or it's like, don't try to pigeonhole me and like, oh, you only like things if it has like really hard guitars and screaming. It's like, well,
Yeah.
no, I just like good music, and there's a lot of music out there I don't think is really good music.
Right. But I think it was when we had BJ and Dylan in here that you kind of had your own personal epiphany there, where it was like, okay, if we didn't have these simple bands, that you didn't like, that the music that you like now wouldn't have been as accessible.
Right. Yeah.
That's true.
So I mean, it kind of takes, your tastes grow as you're exposed, but it's like, I don't think when I was a kid I would have dove right into Slayer without having Volley Crew first.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense.
I mean, especially as a young kid, because that's still when Iron Man on the jukebox was the heaviest shit in the world. At the bowling alley, it was like, holy shit, and then there's heavier stuff than that. It's like, oh my god. So I mean, you need those stages, and there's an audience for everybody. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just, if somebody likes Five Finger Death Punch, okay, it was nice knowing you.
Yes, I love that. That's fucking.
I think
Those are words to
dead
live
to
by.
me. You're dead to me. No.
I know a lot of other cover bands that are way better than them.
Have you ever heard of a band called Zayo?
Zao.
You've heard of them, right?
No.
I've heard you talk
ZAIO.
about him.
It's Zao.
ZAO.
Man, if somebody had heard of them, this would be way better. But
Sounds familiar.
when I was like 13, the album looked cool. The actual like CD jacket thing had a hole like burnt in the middle of it, and had all the song names like. Anyway, it looked cool, and I picked it up, and I didn't know anything about metal really.
Right.
And it's like still one of the like most metal bands I've ever heard.
Wow.
And that got me into metal.
That that's the thing these generations are going to miss, and I think it's a good thing that we do still have vinyl, because I remember going in, and of course it was CDs or hell tapes even before that, and just seeing an album cover and be like, I don't know who the fuck this is,
Yeah.
but I gotta check these
I
guys
loved
out.
doing that.
you know?
That was my favorite.
And there's been a bunch of them that have just gone straight to the trash afterwards. But
Yeah, me too.
I kick myself for spending that money, but every now and then you get one like
Have you guys ever heard the band Inner Thought?
No.
All right.
Inner Circle.
No.
Inner
no.
Shikari?
This is a dude, back early 90s, maybe late 80s. I want to say that his name was Bobby like Sadzak or something. Like I think he was like from like a Slavic kind of like Eastern Bloc European. All right, just did all the music himself with like old school drum machines, you know, and then had this dude come in, and it was the first thing that I ever heard where someone was doing like the low growly scream, if you know what I'm talking about, you know, like before Korn kind of did that. He's probably the first guy I heard that really made it popular, but I was just like, that is fucking different. But I did, because the album cover was cool. Like I was like, all right, what is that, you know?
Yeah,
and
those were good times.
there's a song on that guy's first album. It's probably the only good song on the album, and it's only because of this one thing. It's like it's low growly, and it's about war and stuff, and it's called Drown in Sorrow. And then all out of nowhere, the chorus just goes down, and there's an operatic female singing the chorus, and I was just like, that's so fucking cool. That was the greatest thing ever.
Yeah,
But
that's awesome.
I'm trying to remember, you know, we talk about our connection with Helmet, and I can't even remember how I think I don't think it was an album cover, but I think it was like a Guitar World article that I read about Helmet. I'm like, whoa, this is cool. So, you know, I went out and bought it and loved that album. Machine Head's first album, that was bought strictly off of an album cover. And that was probably their second best that they've ever done.
I bought a Sepultura album because of the cover. I bought Typo Negative, one of their albums, because of the cover.
Yeah.
hell yeah.
That's just a cool
more.
experience, and people don't have that anymore.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
bummer.
Yeah.
Did you see where they think or they know, or maybe it already happened, but vinyl would outsell CDs this year, last year,
Yeah.
the first time since CDs came out, I guess.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
That's
pretty cool.
interesting.
Yeah, you know, there aren't a lot of CD collectors out there,
Yeah.
and vinyl is still sought after as a collectible.
I still got a couple of big CD books up in my attic with all the
Me
pages, you know, that you can put CDs in.
Yeah.
Oh man, I remember just looking.
Kids
like
will
being in
never
a
know the
friend's
struggle
car.
of like being in the car and flipping
Yeah,
through the
look,
What's
thing.
funny is I have a couple of big storage bins that are full of CDs, and they're a mess now because when the kids were growing up, they're like, oh, well, let's go look through them, you know, and get this and that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they were all in there because it didn't really matter. I'd ripped them all to the computer, right? So then that hard drive crashed, and I'm like, shit, you know, I'm never gonna get some of those back because, you know, they were MP3s from unreputable sources, and but hell, now you know, I pay $5 a month for Spotify, and it's all there, and I don't have to carry it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
Yeah,
it's weird.
it's got its pros. We sound like old ass men right now.
I will say Spotify is amazing.
It is.
It's
I
helped me
love it.
find so many bands.
Right.
I
Really?
want to speak to people now saying if you listen to Spotify, if you find bands, try to buy stuff from them directly. If you find them on Spotify,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
try to
Yes.
support them if you like them. You know?
Yeah, I've done that. Just
100%
like
agree.
go over to iTunes and buy the album, and
Yeah.
Oh, I get what you're saying. Don't just
Yeah.
stream them on Spotify. Go. Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. This is a question that's probably been posed to you in your life, but I haven't heard it in a while. Does anyone have a nice guilty pleasure band that we can all laugh about?
Oh, I got a list.
I got a ton of them.
Yeah,
Really?
man.
A ton?
Dude.
Nice.
Five Finger Death Punch?
I'm not.
Get out.
I don't feel guilty about any of them, but
Yeah, that's.
Oh,
I think the older
I
I
got
get, the less like I don't really feel ashamed anymore. Maybe 10 years ago.
that comes
but-
with age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
Like-
yeah, screw you.
I love the 1975, and people make fun of them.
I don't even know what that is. I guess
Their newer band.
is that like an indie band?
No, they're huge.
I mean, like, is
Indie
it like
rock.
the like indie rocks?
Oh yeah.
Sounds like I can just tell from the name. I guess
This year I was born.
75.
Yeah.
Nice.
Fucking old.
Fucking people were just like,
And just to clarify, I do not hate Five Finger Death Punch, but
I do.
after their first album, I don't want to listen to them anymore.
You know what? They seem like the type of band you might beat your wife to, and I'm pretty sure their singer got arrested for beating his wife. So that's not wrong, what I said.
No, I don't blame you one bit.
I'm going to stick to it. If you listen to them, come on, I'll fight you. Come on.
You know,
You can that only
you get a
makes
Monster
sense.
Energy drink
Yeah, I was gonna say it only makes sense if you're beating your wife while you're drinking a Monster.
in your Affliction T-shirt,
right.
To be
in your
fair,
Jinkos.
their current drummer, their like fill-in drummer, it's like Charlie England, something like that. It's like almost like Robert England, like Freddy Krueger, but it's like really similar to that.
Yeah.
He is a bad motherfucker.
Yeah.
He is so good.
Bad like he beats his wife?
I don't think so.
Oh, you mean badass?
We're talking shit, but you know what? If Five Finger Death Punch called me tomorrow and said, "Hey, we'd like you to go on tour and drum with us, and we'll pay you," blah blah blah.
Oh, dude,
I'd be like,
You know, honestly,
that's a great question to ask.
honestly,
would you do it?
honestly, they are geniuses as far as publicity goes. Because I guarantee you, all that on again, off again, tirades on the stage, Axl Rose type bullshit is fake.
right.
Because if it was real, they would not still be together.
Something's going
No
on.
human being would put up with that bullshit. I don't care how much. At that point, they weren't making that much money. It's kind of after
Manufacturing.
that, and it's just the fucking covers, man. I just-
Yeah, well,
A bad
that's all I
company
think I've
one
ever
bothers
heard.
Me.
well, and I mean, if you're gonna do a cover, if you're a popular band, you're gonna do a cover. Do something new with it, you know?
Yeah,
I mean, don't make it sound just like the
man.
original song, just a little more distorted.
that Bad Company cover, that got played on
They changed
KMOD like
lyrics in that song.
14 or 15 times a day.
And that's part of
For
it.
like
It's
2
the
years.
Nickelback effect. The radio picks it up and they overplay it.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, that's true. That's true.
But that first album was fucking heavy. It was all original, and you know I give them props for that album. But after that, it just oof.
There was one single off that album that started showing up on we had satellite, and when you go to like the higher channels, it was just like different genres of music.
Yeah.
And I kept hearing that one,
Yeah,
and
I couldn't tell you what any of the names were.
Yeah.
I would have told.
I got rid of
really
cable.
liked them,
I got rid of cable. But when I had cable, we had the music choice thing, and
Right.
yeah, on the metal or whatever, maybe something like that
Got a short.
station,
I think I pulled it out a little bit.
they had
She said,
a song by Five Finger Death Punch called Propane, Pain,
Dude,
and I was like, "Are you shitting me right now?"
propane.
Dude, there was a band called Propane, just like that. that was like '90s. Yeah.
You know who names their album that?
Five Finger Death Punch,
Yeah, beats his wife, probably.
probably.
Hank Hill.
Yeah, or Hank Hill.
Hank Hill.
No, Hank Hill spelled it different.
Hank Hill and an Affliction.
That's the
t-shirt.
the only time that's okay, is if it's Hank Hill.
All right.
It's the only time it's okay.
Damn it, Bobby.
What I'm listening to right now, and forgive me if anyone's listening to this, and I've said this before, you're going to hear it again, because I'm going to say it. Dude, all right, Poppy. You guys listen to Poppy?
I haven't
I've
gotten.
heard that before. May have heard you
Dude.
talk about it on this podcast.
So
Maybe,
crazy.
I do. She's got a few albums. I don't give two shits about any of the
you guys were
albums.
talking to BJ and Dylan about this, I think.
Maybe so.
I think we might have brought it up.
Yeah.
Because
I don't-
right then I was listening to it, and they just made the
Yeah.
announcement that it was going to be Deftones, Gojira, and Poppy.
Right. Right.
And that was like,
Whoa.
that's amazing.
So
Yeah, and
what
she's like a pop singer, right?
yeah.
The latest album is interspersed with some things that are as heavy as you're ever going to hear on any album ever.
Yeah.
And it's just super cool. Just
Yeah.
Really?
front to back. I love that album, dude. It's called I Disagree. Poppy, I Disagree. It's amazing. It's an amazing album.
And the cool thing is I think a lot of music is starting to go in that direction because there's so much blending, with, okay, so yeah, you got this traditional band and then it's like chops to the next section and it's like
Yeah.
this trap beat,
Right.
and
This is like if Billie Eilish wanted to explore some metal in her music and then had some soaring Brian May-esque guitar solos. and had some brutal breakdowns, but and then just had some really melodic pop.
Did you guys ever listen to
hooks and
Maximum the
stuff.
Hormone?
No.
Nope.
Oh, that's what I get from this new album. Is
Yeah,
Maximum
it's
the
kinda-
Hormone, and that's a Japanese band, and you gotta find their videos because those are the best.
Maximum the Hormone.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm guessing that they probably didn't translate what they were wanting that to come out like very well.
Oh, so they're
But they're
foreign.
great. Yeah, they're
they're
Japanese.
Oh, Japanese,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, and they're fucking. What 3 years ago? 3 years ago that we discovered that.
At least.
Was
Probably
it
more.
you or was it Jake that walked in here with it? I can't remember who walked in with it on their phone,
I
but
think it was Spencer Smith. Actually,
Really?
he was one that turned me on to it.
yeah, I don't know.
think.
We
Yeah.
laughed our asses off.
That's another one.
Yes,
all right.
it was because he loved the visual effects that they had in that
Yes.
video.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah.
this is one you can YouTube. Maximum the Hormone is the band. The song is Alien. Okay. So
And
Check
watch
that
it
out.
all the way.
watch
to
it all the
end.
way through because it will start out. You'll be like, oh, this is kind of like a System of a Down kind of feel, and then it will totally flip on you and be like, all right,
Puppy.
this is way different.
I don't know why, but out of everything we've talked about looking up tonight, this is the one that's really got me intrigued for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
what it is,
You'll
but-
probably see it before we leave.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay, good. Yeah, let's do
We'll
that.
probably wrap this up for copyright reasons, and then
I'm going to go
we'll
out
share
on
it.
a limb. I think that you will, in the long term, you will enjoy Mr. Bungle the most
Okay.
of the things we've mentioned.
It's probably the most accessible.
Well, I don't even know that. I always describe them as music for the advanced listener
Yeah,
because they're
But, you
pretty
know,
freaking out there. But I think it's
it
something.
ain't Phantomos out there.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, Maximum the Hormone is cool. Like you'll be like, whoa, that's really cool. That blew my mind. But you may not want to listen to it over and over.
Okay.
You know, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. And I'll throw out a band
Yeah.
for you guys since
Please
we're doing this. I've been listening to that Unprocessed album quite a bit.
Oh, that's so good.
You know that band?
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
okay.
they're so good.
I guess I need
Yeah,
to check
never
you
these
need to
out.
watch them. Yeah,
Unprocessed. That's the name of the band.
yes.
Oh yeah, they're
The guy I showed you on Instagram?
Yeah.
Or I tagged you? Okay.
yeah
Yeah, they're very
Unprocessed.
good.
Yeah, they're something else. But well, you've heard of that one.
I found a band on Spotify called Mandroid Echo Star.
That's an incredible.
And
I
they're-
actually just stumbled across that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like them a lot.
Yeah,
And
it's cool.
That's the coolest name I've ever heard. Bunch of cool names.
that is cool. Yeah.
But
Did you guys Buried Alive? BE.
I've seen
Yeah.
them
Yeah.
on Facebook.
Is that just a guy?
It's a guy and his girlfriend, wife. They,
Okay.
Yeah.
I see videos pop up a lot, and it's him
Yeah.
playing.
Yeah,
this
then you'll see a
wild
video where
shit.
she's doing it.
Oh, really?
What the fuck?
Dude, there's this.
Yeah.
Have you seen the kid? Oh gosh, I can't remember his name. There's this kid on Instagram, drummer. He has like kind of shaggy hair, a little short. Looks like he's like 16. He plays drums, and this chick plays keyboard. Do you know who I'm talking about?
does he play open handed?
I don't think so.
Okay. He's not the guy.
Well, this is. You know what? I don't know who it is, so this doesn't matter. But it's really good. It's really something else.
Another one I just thought of that I've been listening to a lot recently. I just got turned on to him through Spotify, just randomly. Destiny Potato.
Yes.
Yeah,
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 It's
we know them.
freaking great.
It's David Maxim Micic.
Yes.
Oh, is
That's his other band.
I did
think.
not even know that.
Yep.
I was just,
Dude, you've heard his like
I just love
Like-
the name.
his
Yeah.
self-titled. They're just like his name.
He
The
has like
albums that are just his name.
he has like Below EP, Below 2, Below
Yeah, that's
3, I think is what it's called.
Sounds
Dude.
like how I name
They're
demo
so
tracks.
Yeah.
The tuning, it's low, it's in B.
And is
Version
Destiny
2.
Potato him and like his woman or something?
I don't
I haven't
know.
listened to that in a long time. But
Yeah, I don't
he's
know if they're
he's really good.
yeah.
He was kind of discovered at Berkeley, I think.
Hmm.
I think the
Wow.
first Below is like his like senior project.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude.
How cool.
It's
Yeah.
one of the that's one of those Below albums I listen to a lot. I don't remember
Yeah.
which one it was, but he has a knack for like hooking you in and just instrumental.
He's
Right? There's no vocals, right?
there's not many. He has like a Russian dude that sings on a couple of them, or maybe Russian. I'm not sure, but
I kind of wish Quentin was here so he could tell you about all the hardcore gangster Russian rap that he's been listening to. He played some of it.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking I don't know what they're saying. You know, they could be talking about petting kittens, but it's
Russian.
Whoa.
Dude, they sound pretty metal anyway, just
Right?
talking.
Right.
Yeah, I hate them, though.
He's like straight out the gulag, man.
Man, Quentin, wish you were here. Just throwing that out there again. Congratulations, Quentin, by the way.
Yeah.
Guy,
He's graduating.
yeah, graduating.
Yeah, I got 2
So he's going
graduates.
back. He's going back to school, is that?
Yeah, he's gonna start his master's this summer. Yeah, he's gonna
Cool.
Glutton for
Zoink.
punishment.
What?
He's a glutton for punishment.
Yeah, I guess so.
Colby's officially out of high school now. He's headed to AIT June 4th. So
Dude.
he'll be gone all summer in Virginia.
Man, you're
Empty nest.
empty nester.
Nester. Wow.
Yeah. Now I got 2 rooms.
Badass.
If you guys need
What
a
are you going to do
babysitter,
with them?
guys need a babysitter, you know who to hit up.
Ain't me. I did my time.
You want to rent them out?
The kids or the rooms?
The rooms. I'll come live with you.
Yeah.
I'll save $1 or $2 a month. See what it's like to live in the Austin household.
It's furry.
Nice.
Very furry.
Is that like
I didn't
you
know
guys
that
dress
you-
up as animals?
Yeah, I didn't know you and Brooke were into that.
Wait, no. I mean, you don't have to dress up. Just roll around on the floor for a little bit. You'll pick up all the hair you need.
I saw this thing. Okay, I was.
The lint roller that you're talking about?
Yeah, it's a lint roller. It's really cool. Have you heard of one?
They've been around a while.
I
No,
saw
the-
it the other day too.
This it was on TikTok. You guys ever watch TikToks?
Every now and then, whenever it comes up.
I love cringe. I'm a real cringe boy. So
I don't know what that is, but I want to know.
I just like to watch videos that make me uncomfortable.
Okay.
The shit that I cannot get through, and I'm just like, I can't watch that. Alex sits there and like cracks up at it.
And they're like, what, 8 seconds long? I mean, they're like vines,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, and a lot of them people make and they think they're funny. It's just like, what are you doing? That's what I love. So anyway, TikTok's great for that. But they had this roller thing, and the lady just like it handheld, and she just like went over the carpet, and she opened it up, and it was full. And
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna buy one of those.
I don't have any carpet.
What are we doing
I have
here? I'm
bedroom
selling
carpet,
I'm
that's it.
selling a lint roller on your podcast. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
I should have held this for after.
no, that's okay. Do it.
Hey, are these? Is
We'll
this,
run ads
is
next
this live
time.
on YouTube?
Yeah, no.
No, it's not
Okay,
live,
good,
but
good.
yeah.
Good. I don't know why that's good. It doesn't really matter.
No, we're not
'cause we
cutting
don't-
anything
no,
out.
we don't
Yeah,
edit
so-
for content. Yeah.
You
that's
don't?
what-
No.
I asked for many things to be cut out last time, and I don't think it was. So.
No.
You know what? That's for the best. I self-sabotage on our podcast, soundcloud.com/Strange Days Podcast. Get that plug in there.
We're getting there.
Yes, get that.
And I self-sabotage, and I end up cutting a lot of dumb shit out that I say. And I'm like, I'm editing and I'm listening to it because I never remember where anything is. And I'm like, fuck, why did I say this? And I have to go cut it out. And these guys say something they want to get cut out. I don't cut it out. I just leave it.
You know, I say that we never edit, but there's one. I did make one edit in one podcast.
Yeah, it was a.
Oh, you
So-
said the N-word.
Someone
It
dropped
was
an
a-
N-bomb.
Oh, really?
Yeah, someone really did drop the N.
Wow.
It was not Matt. It was not me.
I know which one I bet.
and
I
it-
bet it was Ghost in the Atlantic.
And it was not. It was not in a derogatory way.
No, it
by
was
any
not. It was not in
Right.
an insulting, derogatory way. It was like you could replace that word with like brother or
Yeah.
dude or something. You know.
It was Alan, wasn't it?
means. We're not.
I will
saying-
neither confirm nor deny these
Dude, that podcast
allegations.
was crazy. There was a
so
lot,
I'm so
much fun.
surprised
there
that
was a
anyone
lot
listened to
going
that.
on.
3 hours, man. It was so
Dude.
much fun.
It was.
And like I
blast.
know
It was a whole bottle of whiskey.
we've been playing with Jared Hayden for a long time, but the other two I couldn't quite tell who was talking when, and so like there'd be people like I guess the other two would be talking. And I'm like, I don't know who was who, and they were just saying
It
some
was too
crazy
much.
shit.
Well,
was too
and then
much,
and then
dude.
of course we had Quentin that night
Yeah,
too.
that's right, yeah.
And Quentin was feeling real good. He was feeling really good.
Man,
So there was what, 3 of them, three of us.
Yeah.
And then, we'd have normal conversations, but then, somebody would get into a little mini conversation.
Yeah, we gotta have
that's
side
where the video came in
conversations.
real handy. But it's just like, oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, those guys, we love those guys. We have a lot of ties to their band.
They are great.
We've
They're
known their drummer
so
Shay
good.
forever. Their bass player used to play with us in Aeromont,
Yep.
Jarrett. And Jared Hayden used to play in Stone Crow.
Stone Crow,
Right.
yeah.
We played a lot of shows with them back in the
Yep.
day.
All the time.
So that's been
Which, fun fact, Straight Away, their bass player played in Stone Crow with Jared.
Really?
yeah, that's right.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
I saw a picture the other
I
day.
just
and
stumbled
like,
across that the other day. Holy shit.
What is his name?
Richard.
Richard.
Yeah.
Something.
Richard Four.
That's
Four.
how he goes by on Facebook, at least.
Oh shit.
I think.
He didn't want his last name out there. I shouldn't have said it.
Yeah, it's like Richard Forehead or something.
He's a hell of a bass player.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good. He was playing with Stone Crow when we first met those guys, and
We played a really cool show with them at like an old theater in Oklahoma, maybe somewhere. Like maybe Nowata.
theater.
It was like a 2-day thing, and they had a bunch of bands come from Tulsa.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's fun.
Remember James Haynes?
Yes.
He was
How
like
could I forget?
he played the night before us, and one of us was like, he came up to us and he was like, "You guys sounded great," and we weren't there the night before, and one of us was like, "You too, dude," and he was like, "Yeah, we didn't play tonight." It's like, God.
I feel like that happened to me every time we played. Remember we played with Damp, and their guitar player was
Damp?
a twin. Yeah, their band name was Damp.
Yeah.
That's a horrible name for
I
a band.
love 'em.
They
No,
might be
dude,
great, but
no, it's
awesome.
not.
Yeah,
Like,
it's-
if you
Their
see
first
them,
album
it's
was
perfect.
Moist.
Dude, Moist is
Yeah.
how they got their band name.
Right.
They didn't want to call it Moist though. Anyway, it was about some like one of their moms or something. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know what's going on. But they their guitar player was a twin, and I swear to God, every time we played with them, I'd go out and smoke in the alley, and he'd be out there. I'm like, "Oh, you guys sounded awesome," and he'd always say like, "Thanks." And then I'd see the fucking other one, and I'm like, "Wait, which one?" And he's like, "Yeah, it wasn't me." But you could tell it happened so much. He just said like,
He just rolled
"Thanks."
with it.
Yeah.
And he was at like every single show the twin came to.
Yeah.
So it was like always a chance of fucking it up and talking to the wrong one.
He's the one with the blue sneakers. He's the one with the white sneakers.
I should have done that, but you never think about that until it's too late.
Right.
You just carry a red Sharpie whenever you see him. You just right across the face.
You barely know him, really.
They kind of had a Meshuggah vibe. I remember the first time we played with them, and it just like it was the lowest tuning you've ever heard in your life. And the singer, I can't remember his name. He was like a pretty skinny, normal looking dude. And then once he started screaming, it was like the most brutal thing you've ever heard in your life.
Man, they were fun.
They were so good.
Did you
Are
guys
they
ever
still playing? Are they still around?
No, they're split up.
They tried to do like a reunion show not too long ago, and it just like I don't know if it fizzled out or what, but
Yeah.
nothing ever happened. I don't think.
Did you guys ever hear of Conflicts in Kansas City?
No.
We used to play with them. Well, they were another band that was like, just it's like, man, even like when you're first meeting them or when you've only played a couple shows, you're like, it just feels like these are your boys, you know?
Yeah.
It's just you can have fun and just completely have unfiltered conversations with them. It's just one of those bands that was just really fun to play with.
That's badass.
They were
It's so
like
great
big
when
in
that
Kansas
happens.
City, and didn't they like collaborate with Tech Nine once? I remember them
Yeah.
talking about it.
Yeah, they did
Really?
something, and I think they played shows with Kubla Khan.
Yeah, Kubla Khan.
Oh,
Like-
wow.
Yeah, they were pretty good size in Kansas City, I think.
What are they called again?
Conflicts.
Conflicts. All right.
Yeah, they were this band that was like, they were big enough that we had a negative opinion of them before we played with them because for some reason our old singer thought they were like pretty arrogant or something. So I went in thinking like these guys are probably assholes.
Yeah.
And I should never do that. And I was
Dude.
so wrong.
Nicest dudes ever.
They were so nice. So
That's
lesson
a
learned.
pleasant surprise. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. It's great when that happens, when you just click with people.
Yeah.
One
Like,
of-
we have played several times now with a band out of Wichita called Flashpoint. and they could not sound more different than we do.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like just totally not even the same genre, but it's so fun to play shows with them because just on a personal level, we just get along so
Yeah,
well. They're
I
the
love
coolest. I mean, every time you see them, it's like your long lost brothers. Like it's like, oh, what is happening? It's like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh, that's great.
Makes it so much funner.
Yeah.
Yeah, aside from like you guys, we don't really have bands that we like know very well anymore. You know, we play so rarely that like we just don't really have that. So that's weird.
That needs to change.
Yeah.
That needs to change because you guys are too good to just not be, I don't know, out and about in front of people.
I think none of us were ever like the one that really like tried to go get shows, you know? So like we just don't like actively seek shows. Like in our last band, it seemed like Jarrett really
went
like
hard.
put in the work to
Yeah.
get shows.
Yeah.
And so we could do a little more probably to play shows, but we don't.
I don't know about you guys. I want to get something like fully recorded, like just like an EP, just get something that we can like hang our hats on and like show to people.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, we need that.
That probably should happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Needs to happen.
I think like I've played a few shows with my other band, and I feel like I've met enough people that I could get us on to some pretty cool shows but I feel weird like messaging somebody asking about a show and them like,
Yeah, we never have anything to show 'em.
yeah, like there's just not much so far.
Yep.
You know, I know of
Someday.
some live videos that are pretty good.
There are some
Oh, yeah,
live videos
this is true.
that were graciously filmed.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all I ever hear is I'm like, go check this out. Because even, especially some of them, I know our first show you did this, but you like split them up into songs and stuff.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah, that blew my mind.
you are too kind.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep, I am too kind.
No, I think it's not. I don't think I'm overstepping my bounds to say that if Matt really believes in somebody and really genuinely loves what you guys are doing, you know, then he doesn't feel bad about going out of his way to do that.
Well,
You know,
It's appreciated
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
I don't
very
think
much
that if
so.
he didn't, well, I guess the kind of converse way to say that is that if he didn't truly believe in what you guys were doing, then he wouldn't have spent the time and energy to do it, you know?
Well, that was our first show, so he could have been like, this is a waste of my time. But then maybe he wouldn't have recorded another one. So the second one, that's when you know.
The biggest disappointment at the first one is that we never had Zix. Zix.
Six. I wanted some Zix as well on that show. We never had it.
From now on, I'm calling your kick drum. I'm calling Zakk's kick drum Zix.
Oh, he was saying,
Zick.
trying to see your
Oh.
name.
Yeah, that's my new
Zakk
nickname.
and Kick mixed
Yep.
together.
Zix.
Zix drum.
I thought you were going to say you wanted some Zix in your Zass.
Jesus.
Wait, what? Zixingers. Oh, I get it. I get it. I didn't get it at first. Like,
But we didn't have the sound right for your set in the kick drum.
I remember that.
Was everything that was picked up was strictly acoustically
Yeah.
because we didn't have the mic up right.
I remember like messing with the mic, and Spencer actually like asked me if he said like, I think it's just not tuned right, like my kick drum.
Yeah, he didn't know you very well then, I guess.
Yeah, I
you're like,
was,
excuse me? No,
but-
you wouldn't do that.
but I was really, and I was like, I didn't know Spencer very well at all, and I was like, man, do I pull my kick drum off and try to retune it right here in front of everybody? Like, so I just assumed like Spencer knows what he's doing for sure, but it's like if he says it's not tuned right, then this thing ain't tuned right.
Turns out the mic wasn't plugged in.
I can't remember what it was. It was
kidding.
something simple, like
I don't
it
even
was,
remember this.
or it was routed to the wrong channel, or because we were using the giant board at that time. Hell, that channel may have been dead.
Yeah, there's some
there were
bad
some bad
channels on that
channels on it.
board, yeah.
Yeah.
But
That was like 4 years ago, I think. That was like
At least,
2016, I bet.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought it was like 9 years ago.
Oh, shit.
No,
no idea.
Edge has only been together. This lineup's only been together for 5. So.
Oh, wow. Dude, I got asked if I was married that night.
Oh,
I
wow.
forgot
By-
about that.
About a 55-year-old woman. So that's the only time that's ever happened in my music career.
There'd be some cougars in southeast Kansas.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've been saying it for years.
you're like, get out of here, you damn filthy fucking barfly. Gross.
And you know who we should have here, just as an aside, because this just struck it in my memory. We should have Mark Gray come in here.
Yeah?
That'd be
Yeah?
yeah.
You guys know him?
Maybe some
Yeah,
stories.
I don't
he'd
know
have
him.
some stories for sure.
He's a drummer. Who did he play with? He's played with a bunch of people, I'm sure, that I'm not even thinking of. But
Well, it was Randall Heron.
I just spit. You made me laugh. Sorry.
I can't remember.
oh, dude, but
I got my pop all over my glasses.
he's a super solid drummer, one of the coolest guys ever, and he has stories
He's
like
local?
that went maybe a little farther.
Yeah. He may have indulged a little more than I
Yeah,
did.
yeah. Well,
And
that's what we're here for. Fishing stories.
yeah, but he'd be a cool dude to get some stories out of
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah. Well, going back to new music, what are you listening to, Jared?
What am I listening to currently? Man,
Lullabies?
huh?
Lullabies?
Man, I listen to a lot of softer stuff.
Jared
Seems
has
to be recently.
Jared. I bet out of all of our playlists, Jared's is probably the most diverse. I bet.
I don't know.
Absolutely.
I bet.
Probably not. Well, I don't know.
Yes.
I follow a lot of bands off of Polyvinyl Records from, I think I don't remember where they're at, but they have a lot of Canadian bands, like indie rock bands. One of them is called Always. They're from Canada. They're cool. Kind of soft stuff.
What about Doja Cat?
Oh, yeah, I like Doja Cat. She's a rapper.
He's got female rappers in this playlist. I told you.
She's kind of like
guys.
Nicki
Awesome.
Minaj.
I told you
but
how diverse he is.
She's got a song big on TikTok at the moment.
Dude, her songs are super catchy.
Yeah.
The videos are crazy. It's not what I expected. It is like softcore porn.
Yeah, she's a hottie.
I did not expect that. Okay,
She
because
flaunts it too.
okay, because you know what happened? Daryl was on Facebook
Yeah.
asking for workout music, and you posted that,
Yeah.
and I saw that, and I'm like, I trust Jared with my life. I'm gonna look up this person because I had no idea who it was, and I'm gonna check this band out. And I was laying in bed right next to Megan. I looked it up on YouTube, and all of a sudden this crazy shit popped up from what I posted. And I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck, Jared? You've led me astray.
So he's like, "Hey, Megan, you feeling the mood?"
I will say you could probably get some leg days done to that music. Probably, work them booties.
Maybe some shower towel lifts or something.
Oh, shower towel. Oh man. So this is what
No
it
handed
is.
curls. He came up with that so fast. I think maybe it's like, dude, do you do that? Is that a real thing?
I got a few years on this planet over you guys. I'm telling you.
Should get your shower towel in before it's too late.
Gonna start doing it, man. I want to up my game.
The old dick game is what they're talking about. In case anyone was wondering. Cut that
So
out.
much for subtlety.
Okay.
Nope.
Don't cut that
Not
out.
gonna
Leave
do
it
it.
in there.
Yep.
Sorry, Mom.
Yeah.
But,
You heard
He
him,
wasn't talking about the
here.
dick game.
You heard him here. Leave your boner in there.
yeah, that's right.
Oh my goodness. Jared,
Yep,
was it your birthday yesterday?
it was. Yes.
Man, happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
Belatedly.
Jared.
Thanks,
I
dudes.
got both of you a birthday gift coming.
When's your birthday, Zach?
Thank you. April 27th.
Oh, well, happy late birthday to you, too.
You want me
you.
to tell you guys what it is?
Yeah.
Unless it's
It
next
is
year.
the 1991 New York Knicks card. I don't remember the player with the Menendez brothers.
Oh,
background.
shit.
I got you guys. I got me one too, actually.
Cool.
Wow.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
So that is a perfect segue into Strange Days.
Ah, yes.
Yes.
Strange Days.
So let's talk about Strange Days.
Okay. What do you want to talk about?
How long, what is it, 2-3 years that you guys have been doing that? Off and on?
Yeah. Probably 3 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
About that long. We basically, God, we just wanted to do a podcast, I think, and
Yeah.
something we all shared a love for is like spooky stuff. So we thought originally the podcast started as just like, let's bring in just weird stories to tell, and that was basically going to be it. And over the years, it's evolved to like listeners sending in stories, and now a lot of it is like historical oddities almost, and things like that. And well, now it really doesn't happen now, but
Yeah, but I mean, you
when
guys
we
have-
do it,
yeah.
when we do it, we have 30 episodes, and so like they've really evolved into one specific topic of research over something. So and I like that a lot now rather than just bringing in
Yeah.
random stories. But that's how it started. So
So you evolved into field trips.
yes, yeah, we started. So we would tell ghost stories, and it really got me into it. So I eventually bought a couple of ghost hunting devices, like EMF and EVP and some things like that, or whatever. And then we started. I don't know what we did first. We've done quite a few things, but it's we've gone on ghost hunts and we film, put them on YouTube. YouTube.com/AlexM141. Everybody hear that? Hello?
Yeah, we got it, man.
Okay. Just making sure that the plug got in there. So, we started uploading things, ghost hunts in different places. We would go out in cemeteries and fields and do all kinds of little stuff. And it's just evolved from there. But it's a lot of fun. Like, now, like this past year, we did guided tours at the public library in Independence and the historical museum in Independence. I think we had like 70 people or more
Yeah, it was nuts.
buy tickets to these events and come, and so like it's turned into something really cool, I think.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
I love it. It's a lot of fun, and we have a video from a ghost hunt in Joplin that I still haven't finished, but there should be it's close. So there should be a video out soon of a pretty cool house in Joplin where I caught an EVP that I'll let you guys hear. That's one of the weirdest things I've caught, really.
What does
I about choked
EVP
to
stand
death.
for?
Electronic voice phenomenon.
All right.
And it's kind of like when you ask the questions and then you play it back and you turn up the gaps and you can hear things sometimes. And this was weird. I had several mics going and we were talking and stuff, but one mic, I can't even describe the noises that started happening in this microphone. It was
Yeah.
sitting on this kitchen counter on a little tripod or something, and it just sounds fucked up. And I went to my other mics and there was nothing on them. That's the noise.
I was fucking caught.
So that was it, basically. Somebody must have been making body noises by it. No, but I thought the mic was messed up, but right after I pick it up and carry it in the next room, and then just like it's working perfectly. I don't know. It's really weird, but you guys will be able to. Anybody that wants to see it will be able to see it pretty soon. I'll upload it.
Awesome.
Well, and you got a little notoriety from Travel Channel
Oh yeah, yeah. We got on Travel Channel
twice.
That's
right.
Nope, just once.
Just the one time.
Well, they played it like 400 times, which is cool.
Well, they've got the original trip that you and Megan took, right?
Yeah, they used footage from both. So my first trip to the Crescent Hotel in 2015.
That's Eureka Springs.
Yeah, in Eureka Springs, Arkansas.
Okay.
And I wasn't into ghost hunting at all. And we hadn't started the podcast. And maybe it's really what pushed my love of paranormal to the next level. Because, like, I caught a really weird thing happening in that hotel. And you can see the video. You can see the whole Travel Channel segment on my YouTube page if you want to see what happened and stuff. But it kind of went up going viral on Facebook. And it racked up, like, it kind of stalled out around 500,000 or something, but in the first like few days it was up like 200,000 or 300,000, and then it really slowed down, and now it's just buried. But
Dude, seeing the comments on that video on YouTube, your clip with Megan, like there's people trying to debunk debunk it. And, like, we know him, we know he's not pulling tricks.
Yeah,
Right.
But these people don't, and it's weird seeing them.
I totally get it too, because I'm a huge skeptic, and I think you kind of have to be halfway credible,
Right.
doing what we do. You can't just go in telling people like this is going to happen and we believe this. It's like this could happen and this is maybe what it means, and who knows. But so yeah, people think a lot of weird things, but it was a stupid, expensive stay in a hotel, and we didn't know anyone that could have helped us pull this off. But so what happened is what happened, and it was really neat and everything. But so it was really cool that it went viral on Facebook, and that was awesome. But then like a year later, or 2 years later, we'd already started doing the podcast, and we had went back to the Crescent to film a video, the three of us, and it was a lot of fun. And we caught some weird shit also, just like the devices just going crazy, and like Zakk saw something, and it was just weird. It's just a weird place.
Yeah.
You know, I watched at least what you've put out of that video, and to me, it's hard to question the legitimacy of it, because so many times you're like, that's freaking me out. There was a whole bunch of that.
For real.
I was like,
When we're there together,
these are three grown men,
dude. And it freaks.
There's a feel in that building.
they're freaking out. Okay,
It freaks me out. It really does.
And it wasn't like you know, the melodramatic. Oh my God, I'm so scared. No, it's like,
Right.
this is fucking creepy.
It's one of those weird things. It's exhilarating, it's exciting, but it's also scary. So it's like Thrill Seekers almost. Like it's my version of that, because like it really gets my heart going.
I almost started crying. Dude, I went into the bathroom like pretty much right off the bat, but I swear to God, stepping foot in that place, you feel something. Like you feel like I guess like a dread almost.
There's an energy there.
Yeah, definitely. But I was in the bathroom, and the door was shut, and I was like looking ahead, and I just saw like a white light, and it just like traveled a little bit and then dropped and disappeared, and I fucking I teared up instantly because I had no idea, and it wasn't just like what I saw; it's like what I felt. It's like I feel like something just happened to me, and I can't explain it.
Yeah.
So it was intense. And I came out like staring at his camera, half crying. I'm like, good gosh. I don't know.
And it's cool because the hotel, like, they embrace it, but they don't lean into it.
Right.
So they don't try to. You can go on the tour, and they don't try to scare you or anything.
They don't
It's more like a
oversell it.
historical tour. Yeah.
They could be really cheesy if they wanted to, but they don't do that at all.
So like at one point, when I got really freaked out, at one point I put the EMF, and that's a electronic field. What's it? Electromagnetic field detector. So you have to really get it up next to like an outlet for it to go off. It has to have a strong electronic charge in the air for it to register. So it does a lot of crazy stuff in that hotel. And at one point I set it on that little like cat. It was like a little booth thing.
Yeah.
And I set it on there and it was going off. And I was like, oh, okay.
Going
what if
off
something's
like
sitting in here.
Going off like full blast. Like
yeah.
Wow.
And then what I did was I thought maybe there's something in the wall behind it or whatever. So I took the EMF and I took it, I left it at the same height, and I took it through like a little path. And once it left the chair, it stopped going off. And then I put it back in the chair, and then I drug the chair down the same path, and it went off the entire time.
Something was in the chair.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, something's in the chair. And that freaked me out. Anyway, really derailing.
That's freaking me out. And I'm like sitting here, not even anywhere near.
Oh, dude.
Oh.
I get so freaked. I was freaked out last night. I was watching horror videos on YouTube, and half of them like, this is fake, but it is scaring the shit out of me. That one you sent us with the thing looking over the stairs, like the guy when he's dancing, that got me, man. That really got me. Yeah. Okay, so we put out this video on YouTube. It was really cool and everything. And so I ended up getting contacted by Travel Channel, and they liked the video a lot. They wanted to buy it and put it on a show. A new show they were making. And so like we came up with a contract and everything, and they bought it. I still own it. They just technically leased it for like use on one show. And they bought my original footage and the footage of us. And we didn't even know what they were going to do with the footage exactly. We didn't know if like Zakk and Jared were going to be in it, or if I was going to be even in it, or just my voice. Or so anyway, they ended up doing a Skype interview, so I got to do an interview about it, and it just came out really well. They gave us like the episode title and the lead-in clip, and it was the like they just did a really good job at like what am I trying to think of? I'm forgetting a word. The video, like gosh damn it. Like the production value, I guess.
Presentation?
The presentation, yeah. The package they put together was really impressive. Like they had these beautiful like aerial shots of the city and the town and the hotel and stuff, and it's just like it came out really well, and I was really happy because I was scared.
No, it was good. I watched it. I don't have cable anymore, so I watched your YouTube version of it. But yeah, it was good.
I was really happy.
Really fucking cool.
I was scared that.
And then you had the video of you watching it live. I watched that too.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see that. What was that?
I think somebody in your family
filmed me.
Well, filmed all of you watching it on the TV.
I'm not surprised.
It was on Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah, that happens a lot. And they don't even tag me on it. But so it came out really well. I was scared to death. I don't know how the Skype interview went. I was nervous. I was like practicing what I was gonna say. I didn't know what the questions were gonna be, and I was like thinking of every scenario.
If they ask me this, I'm gonna say this.
And it was like
straight up Ricky Bobby.
Yeah.
You said you put like in the background, you put like Flowsion stickers and stuff at first, and they told you to take them down.
Yeah, they were like, what is all that? You can't have that back there. So I ended up just being in front of a blank wall, and it was a blur. I had no idea how it went. So I was like, man, I might end up in a cringe compilation that I'm watching someday. Like, look at this loser try to talk on camera. But
that's how I feel every time we do this podcast.
Right.
Every time.
Isn't it weird? It's like
I don't feel like that when we're doing it. It's when we go back and edit, and I'm listening. Oh
God. The worst is when you start. Like the beginning of every episode we've done, like no matter how many you do, the first like 5 minutes, it's tough to really get comfortable for me.
Yeah.
Until like, a few minutes in at least, because like as much as it is just talking with your buddies, like there is an elephant in the room and there are microphones in front of your face. And
well, the first 5 minutes is like you deliver it like a standard interview, right?
Yeah.
So it's like ask a question or introduce everybody, you ask a question, and then it devolves from there.
Yeah.
And that's what we all want to get to, at least here. It's like that's I never want it to be like an interview. You know, I want it to be a conversation. So
yeah, totally.
My problem is that I will sit there and try and think like, oh, how do I want to get my point across? And I'll stumble and it'll take me a long time to formulate what I'm trying to say, like I just did. Mm-hmm. And then I'll go back and listen to it. It's like, God damn it, learn how to speak to people. What are you doing?
No, dude, you're not alone.
It's a skill. We're figuring it out. We're going to get better, maybe.
Well, and the main reason we do video is because apparently I talk with my hands a lot. So it's good to see that, right?
You're doing it right now.
I know. Yeah, right.
Yeah. You know what you guys should do?
So
and when I do my interpretive dance, it's important to capture that.
Yeah.
You know, one of my favorite things to do on our podcast is, and we've only done 2, but you guys have done like little bits of trivia.
Oh yeah.
And when we did 2 episodes dedicated to just trivia,
Those were great.
That is so much fun. Yeah. You should just you guys should just come up with your own little games to play, and man, that's a lot of fun to do.
Yeah.
And like, you guys are really at another level, because like, we impromptu talk a little bit, and like those trivia episodes are kind of, but like, we have almost scripts on a lot of our stuff that we read from. So like, you guys have to keep conversation going,
right? And
that's really hard. Right. That's that's probably the hardest thing you can try to do.
Fortunately, both of us talk a lot. So.
Yeah, I think we're curious people, and we're all full of bullshit too. So I mean,
you guys do great. Like, I remember the first episode, I was very impressed. I was like, they don't sound stiff at all.
Dude, I was impressed with that episode. I was like, how are we just? It's gonna be like 30 minutes long. It ended up being like an hour and a half, and we're just talking shit.
We totally went into that going like, dude, this is gonna be horrible, but let's see what happens.
Dude, it was good. I'll never forget our first episode. We had a little intro, and like that was counting down. And I was like, oh fuck! Like, I was so nervous, and it's just like, you could hit stop. We could have redone it, or whatever. And it's just me and my friends. But dude, that was scary. And I remember talking like, "Hey, everyone," blah blah blah, and thinking like, "Oh my god, these guys think I'm a fucking idiot." I'm just like talking to myself. I'm talking to no one. It's weird.
Yeah,
it's just a weird thing.
I was just sitting there like, "Keep talking, Alex. Keep talking, Alex. Keep talking, Alex. I don't want to say anything. I don't want to say anything."
I feel that way every time I hit record to try to record some music.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, everything gets 10 times harder, like for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if that's just stuck with you, like, or you can get over that, but I have that bad. Like, when I know it's like recording stuff, when I know it's getting recorded, I'm a different person.
Right.
I have to really, really work on that.
Yeah. Actually, you're doing fine. I mean, this second time here, you've had plenty of episodes there. You do fine.
I think he's probably talking about music. Are you talking about music? Both.
Both, yeah.
Oh, you're an old pro.
I don't know.
The podcast you do fine with, I don't notice anything. Recording, I have no fucking clue. We haven't recorded anything in like 8 years.
I find that recording-wise, if I'm warming up, I will fucking nail it. Hit that record button and it goes to shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And usually, if I can get it on the first take, that's gonna be the best, because it's gonna be a train wreck after that.
Yeah, especially when you really get in your own head, it starts getting bad. And all of a sudden, it's like when you say a word too many times, and you start to wonder, like, is this even a word? You have to look up an example of it to see if like you're even using an actual word anymore. Yeah. It's like that with playing sometimes. Like, and is this even right at all?
Right.
Like,
yeah.
You have to clear your brain. Your brain's kind of clear like when you start, so it's really your best chance of getting it.
Yeah. So if you're gonna break, get as much you can in that first take, and then go ahead and finish out that take. Restart it and get that last tail end.
Yeah.
And then go back and try and get it as one complete take.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna fuck up every take after that one. It just happens.
I've recorded twice at Zombie Life in Joplin, and the first time, for whatever reason, it was like you had to do the whole song perfectly all the way through. Like, there's no punching in anywhere.
Yeah, no pressure.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But I got through it, and I was like, God, if I could just play this section and then like get counted into the next section, I could like really focus on each section.
Right.
And so I went in the second time. I was like, here we go again. I've got to just like really get this down. And that time we could. So like Jared was having me play, like I would play a song one way and then he would punch me in a part and I would play like a different fill there. And that seemed like way less pressure, like being able to start in the middle of the song. And
yeah, I think you capture more raw energy if you can do it all in one take.
yeah,
It'll
right.
just feel more natural. But yeah, I mean, that's what the tools we have now are for.
Yeah.
It's to punch it in. Hell, most of these demos that I've been sharing with him are, okay, I came up with a part, and then later on I come up with another part, and they're just pieces stacked on top of each other.
Oh yeah, we know that.
And then I'll go back and eventually go back and put it all as one if I can.
Mm-hmm.
Probably can't.
You can do it.
You can do it.
And when we did the first album, the drums, of course, were the biggest pain in the ass because you're not just punching in one track. We're punching in 10. I think we had 10 mics on the kit.
Oh, I think it was more than that.
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
I think it was
So
more than that.
you have to go through, and select all of them, and yeah. But that's
And
what it's
no
there
pressure, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, just so you know, I have to reselect all these every time you fuck up. So
Yeah.
please don't. Please do it right.
Talking about cringe, when I listened to some of my performances on that album, I'm like,
On what? You guys, the full length that you put up?
yeah.
We got it out.
Oh, it's good.
We learned a lot. I'm going to say that. We learned a lot. I'm proud of what we did, but
Dude, you're doing the same thing we all do. Like,
yeah.
you're hearing so much more
I'm
than
sure-
everyone else
yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's impossible not to do that. I get it.
But I mean, I think it'd be weird if you didn't do that. I'll probably feel like that every time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because every time you want to be like, oh, all right, that could have been better. Next time I'm going to do this differently, and we'll have just a slightly better product, and we'll just keep pushing forward and keep
Always want to progress.
Yeah, always progress. That's all.
Well,
That's the key to everything in like life, I think. I think just keep trying to do better.
The question going forward is, we had one song in particular on that album that was written in the box. All right, we didn't have it written. We hadn't played it all together before we crafted the song. And so the drums were written while he's out delivering mail in his head. And then we got in here and he tried to figure it out and we tracked it,
Right.
So is that a better way of doing things, or have things changed since you did that, or are you sticking to those drums?
I'm sticking to those actually a lot more than I am the other way.
Yeah. So I'm sure it's different for everybody, but that might be one of those things that we look at. Do we write in the box, or
I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm talking too much. What do you guys think about that?
We might write in a very unconventional way, but I'm not sure how unconventional it is anymore.
Well, explain your process.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, if it's not like a secret, like the 7 secret
sauce.
spices. Or
Jared, I'll let you take this one
Okay.
because you do quite a bit of writing for us.
Well, I write just at home a lot of stuff, random riffs and stuff. Then I'll put them on Guitar Pro. Try to do it the best I can on there. Just have it down. But then, like a lot of songs that we play, we've jammed and built them together. So there's a few like that, and Zakk writes a lot of songs on Guitar Pro.
We mostly
Super crazy good.
Well,
do you play guitar too, Zakk?
No.
Or you just
I learned
pounding out like?
I just put in numbers and
sometimes they have to be transposed.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they'll be impossible chords and stuff, but
All
for the
right,
most
I
part,
gotcha.
like he does a really good job at.
I've never used
playable.
Guitar Pro, I guess. So I'm just
I feel like Guitar Pro is like the fourth member of the band. Like
Because we'll just email them to each other, and if we decide to learn it, we'll just show up at practice, basically knowing it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we pretty much. It's weird how it works out, but I don't know. I don't want to speak for you guys. I feel like I think I know the song, and then we'll go to the first practice and try it a few times.
It's rough.
And it's just a little bit like somebody from the outside listening would say like, okay, that's fine, but it doesn't feel perfect to us. But then I guess it just shows us what to work on for next practice. And then usually by the second time together playing it, we have it down, and that's where it stays.
I think you can learn it perfect at home, but you've never played it live with the band. Yeah, most of the time I haven't played it standing up, but so we don't do a lot of learning in practice. We do mostly just going over everything. We mostly learn at home.
Yeah, I think that's always been my perspective, is that's probably the most efficient way and the best way to
I think so
think
too.
about rehearsals.
Yeah.
It's like, you're not there to learn, you're there to get it all synced up and together.
Yeah, because if someone's learning, then everyone else is having their time wasted.
Right.
Not to sound rude or anything.
No, that's legitimate.
you all have day jobs, too. You have kids.
I just feel bad if I'm trying to learn something or I don't know something very well, and Zakk has to just sit there, or Jared has to just sit there and wait till I try to figure out what it,
Right. Yeah.
So that still happens, but I'm just playing the bass, so who cares? Nobody's gonna know the difference. I'll just play zeros.
To say that you're just playing the bass is pretty far off the mark, I think.
Oh, well, thank you, but thank you.
We got video to prove.
We have proof.
Yeah, it sucks. I'm really torn, and I don't know what to do about playing guitar or bass. Because I do not like running bass tracks, but I also really want to play guitar, but I also feel like I feel like it's fun to do creative things on the bass as well.
Yeah.
So it's really I just don't know where we're gonna go, which direction. But
I think guitar, having two guitars, is a great thing, but you're basically complementing each other.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas on bass, you've got your thing. Guitar's got their thing, drums got their thing.
Yeah.
But it goes either way.
Yeah.
You just you get you an octaver, to pitch up.
Yeah.
So you play bass, but you still get some of those guitar tones in there, right?
Yes. Let me get a 8-string bass and have just 4 of them.
Just get a 9-string guitar. You'll have the guitar on the bottom. You have the bass.
Or let me just get
big hands.
Geddy Lee style, some bass notes down.
Yeah, there you go.
Pedals.
There you go. Yeah.
Some pedals.
And that would be fucking really hard, actually. While you're playing guitar. But yeah, no thanks.
Then you gotta stop mid-song and do some keys, and you gotta sing the whole time too.
Yeah.
Right.
Dude, he's amazing. Yeah, man. You got these guys. You saw them not too long ago, right?
Yeah, it was
a year ago.
R40 tour.
A few years ago, maybe.
Oh, that's awesome.
I think it was 2015, maybe.
Yeah, I'm jealous. Now.
It was nuts.
Now,
right?
It was amazing.
I feel like I really missed, because I was never really into Rush until hanging around you guys a little bit, and I'm still not a huge Rush fan, but man, I respect them so much.
Yeah, same. And I never got to see him either, and I kick myself now, obviously.
Do you think they're gonna tour at all, or does anyone know?
I don't
think they'd be
so.
done.
Yeah,
I don't think so. I think Alex Lifeson has arthritis so bad it hurts him to play.
Oh wow!
So he's done some recording stuff here and there after they called it quits, and I think that Neil Peart is kind of getting in the same way. I think that he's just not
Geddy Lee.
Geddy Lee, yeah.
Neil passed away.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
He just did pass away. Yeah.
Just recently.
I wasn't even thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. So yeah.
Yeah, dude. When you're saying that, I was like, Am I thinking the wrong fucking guy?
No, that's my bad.
I just thought you were going.
Dude, he's a legend that lives forever in my mind.
Joke,
so I
dude,
just
yeah.
no, I'm just an
you were
idiot.
like Neil Peart. Well, he's not gonna be drumming too well.
No,
I thought that's what you were. I thought that's what you were about to say.
Oh, I wouldn't even do that because I love him so much.
Yeah, they seem very like. I know they're appreciated, but they seem for what they are. They seem very underappreciated for how good they are. Because like,
I'd agree with that.
when I grew up, like I didn't know about Rush. I didn't really know about Rush until like really I started hanging out with you guys, and I'm like, whoa, this band is like was way ahead of their time in the things they were doing, and like just progressive, and like they just don't get like, why didn't I know about them? Why weren't they one of the biggest names? Because they certainly deserved it.
The Canadian.
Man, do you think?
Oh, well, fuck them.
Just because they got flip top heads,
Right.
Do you think that? I mean, we all take it for granted now that we can hear how brilliant they are, but maybe a lot of people just can't hear it. Maybe their ear isn't trained enough to hear it.
Oh yeah,
Definitely could be.
Like I think that was me back because I remember Rush being a thing, but I never listened to them a lot when I was growing up, and I don't think I realized just the complexity of it. I couldn't grasp it.
yeah.
Well, I think if you compare them to their progressive peers at the time, so you had Kansas, you had Styx, you had trying to think of some of the other ones then, and while they were all in the same vein, none of them sounded like Rush. I think Rush sounds more contemporary today than they did then.
You
know,
For sure.
and maybe that's their influence, and not so much that they were ahead of their time, but I kind of like to think they were ahead of their time.
yeah, yeah. I think it's sad to think some people I listen to music with in the car, like a family member or something. I don't know, but some people like I'll be playing music just in the background, like they don't like it. They don't like say this sucks or anything, but like a lot of people just don't understand that if you can't really like just bob along to it, that it's good. Like they think that makes it bad, and that sucks. And that might have been part of Rush's problem. People are just like, this isn't like steady enough.
It doesn't feel.
Yeah,
right.
It doesn't have that. Yeah, exactly. But
They also like experimented a lot with kind of different sounds, and I feel like especially when they brought in like the keyboards a lot more, and they almost kind of went like 80s like new wave type. Like they alienated a lot of people.
sorry. I'm sorry. That was me, huh? I need to take that out of my pocket. That's crazy. Oh wow, that's bad.
It's a EMF. Electronic motherfucker.
Man, I'm sorry. Has that been me the whole time? I mean, it's been in my pocket.
I don't know. We've got phones laying around, but that was definitely the loudest.
Yeah, you ruined it, man. You just blew the whole thing. We gotta start over. We gotta start over.
Yeah, start over. Redo.
Oh man. Yeah. This has been great. Thank you guys.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Totally.
So, we got you three back in the same room. So what's next?
Probably a lot of Traci and the Time Traveler stuff. We really need to start practicing Flowsion stuff, probably.
Yeah.
And I want to be ready. If a show presents itself, I want to be ready to play, because right now we're not. We haven't played, I don't think, since that show
Last summer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that sounds so terrible saying it out loud.
If we can, we just need to make ourselves do it, and hopefully we can play some shows. Probably you can catch us probably playing with Traci a lot, playing cover songs, and that's fun too. It's such a different world, but
You know, I absolutely hate learning covers, but I always gain something new from learning somebody else's song.
yeah,
Dude, for sure.
Oh man, this song, what is it? What's the one with the slap bass?
Oh,
Promises.
Oh yeah, dude.
Naked Eyes.
That
Yeah, that's a good
most
song.
of these covers is like this is boring bass stuff, but that song on bass that really that pushed me, and that was a good thing. So like they can be very beneficial.
Really can, and it helps push, like whenever I'm stuck in a funk, kind of push me in a new direction as far as learning and then inspiring me. That and new gear. I tend to favor buying new gear instead of learning somebody else's shit. But who doesn't? Come on.
You guys have a ton of gear, by the way.
Yeah.
What is going on around here? Is this all you guys' stuff?
Not all of it. No, not all of it.
What is happening?
In this room, most of it.
Well, yeah.
Whose drum kits are these?
Zakk's, Colby's,
whose are
and
those?
Quentin's girlfriend Callie's.
Sweet.
They needed a place to stash stuff.
Yeah.
Do I like your rack? I always wanted to have a drum rack. I think
Yeah,
you can just do.
It's
you can
great
do so
until
much
you
more
have
setup
one.
things. I mean, I wouldn't want to move it around.
What you were talking about earlier about being able to tear it down and set it up and having everything be consistent. That's definitely.
It's just right there.
Yeah, that definitely does it for me. It's just a lot harder to move around than I anticipated.
Man, you have a remote hi-hat too. That's fucking cool.
Yeah, I'm
Those
stupid.
Dude,
expensive,
I want
dude.
to play
I'm
that
stupid.
really bad.
No, yeah, I want one of those.
Like now, I'm like, oh, I want another one for the other side. You know,
Yeah, it's never enough.
it never ends. It
Yeah.
never ends. I know.
No, those are great.
Really, more and more, dude. I really want to go electronic,
Yeah,
rather.
Dude, the newer ones are so nice.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
They're reliable now. Like you don't
Yeah.
have shit like shorting out on you while you're trying to play it.
Latency is down. You know,
Yeah.
I mean,
and you know when you put on the headphones and like you sound like you're in a stadium or something.
Yeah.
There's just something
exactly.
satisfying.
Like I
to that.
love the idea. Now, Matt is probably not going to agree with me on this too much. I love the idea of not having to take a single amp.
Yeah,
Just going everything direct.
Oh my God.
Not having just vocal mics. That's it.
I
That
don't.
sounds like a
Everything going
dream.
direct.
I don't have a problem with it. My problem is the
I know it's
Like-
not
like
quite
we've-
the same.
that and like we've talked, the venues that we play at the level that we play
Mm.
do not support.
yeah, that's the
Cabless.
problem.
Right.
And we've talked about a couple of different times. We plan on doing a video where we set up the full PA, subs, everything, and then break them down and go without cabs. And, we'll just run through songs and then go from full PA down to, 215 cabs and down to like the smallest bar that's got the 115 cabs,
Yeah.
And, this, because nobody ever talks about that. Everybody talks about, running their stuff direct and, they're selling all their cabs and shit like that. And I'm telling you guys, you need to keep cabs on standby because you go
Yeah.
into a little bar that those speakers are only there to run vocals through.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
And that's going to sound like dog shit.
yeah. You'd have to hit a certain level to really.
To do that right.
I remember Periphery talking about how like when they first started switching over to like Axe Effects and like just running direct, like even at their level, they would talk about some venues like not quite being enough to like
Yeah.
for it to sound right.
Some
Yeah.
of it has to do with the guy running sound. I mean, that would help too if you had your own guy to take
sure.
over front of house and know how to mix you in those smaller
Yeah.
setups. But and then Quentin just got a hell of a deal on that, and he just loves the fact that he has a big Ampeg 8x10. So.
Oh man, I never want to haul one around ever again.
No, I know.
Ever.
It sounds amazing.
Yeah.
It does.
But yeah, it's a bastard to haul around.
Yeah, I see bands. I don't know if you've heard of Chon.
Yeah,
But-
I love them.
Sometimes at a few shows I've seen of theirs, they'll just have like a really nice little like 112 combo amp, something really nice they like the tone on. It's like that would be nice, just
Yeah.
carrying that on stage, and then at least you have the sound you want without having the guy at the board trying to do any mixing at all. I guess ampless you would still go through a head, right? Is that what you're saying?
No,
Not
No.
necessarily.
no, it'd run direct out of the Helix.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, in an absolutely perfect world, that
impulse
rack
responses.
right there,
Yeah.
I would not have the full Helix.
Yeah.
I just have either the Helix rack that would fit in the rack, or just get the stomp that's about this big, because all my channel switching is now done over MIDI, so I don't have to step on anything.
Yeah.
You know, and just have it in that rack, run a line to the PA, and done.
Yeah.
You know, that would be fucking amazing.
Yeah. Okay.
But you know, you plug into some shit PAs, so
Yeah. Plus, like, there's something to say about having a little bit of sound behind you.
Oh yeah.
That stage volume is
Yeah.
Like, if your monitor fucks up or you start playing the mix isn't quite right, like, you at least have the standby of being able to walk back by your amp and being able to hear it a little bit.
Yeah.
If you don't have that, that might be scary.
What's funny is once you reach that level where you don't have to worry about having cabs or anything like that, that's the level where you have a fucking crew and you can have a wall of cabs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
I
true.
mean, the idea of quick and easy setup is for the small tier bands that's going to drop in as the second band needs to get on and get off, you know?
Yeah.
But then you're playing in a venue that really can't handle all that shit through the PA. So it's a catch-22. And it's one of those things, like I said, nobody talks about.
Yeah.
You know, and I think, you know, these people that are getting rid of their rigs, now granted, they're investing in probably better sounding in-ears than I got. Quentin and I use the bare bones. I mean, it works. It does not sound good in our ears. You know, so maybe in their mind, you know, they've got good ones and it sounds fucking great in your ears. I'm telling you right now, if the PA is a couple of 215 monitors and 215 with horn cabs, it's not going to sound that good.
Right.
It's just not. Technology. I think everybody should just show up to the venue and get some really nice fucking headphones.
Pretty soon, we're just all gonna have implants.
Dude.
We're all gonna have Neuralinks.
Dude,
Have you-
Elon called
Honestly, everybody's just going to be setting up in their own fucking practice room and live streaming,
Yeah.
which will be sad.
Have you guys seen the fucking some foreign concert where it was like at some EDM like solo artist guy, and everyone had headphones? And
No.
and the music was coming through everyone in headphones, and they were raving and stuff, and it's just like
So everyone's
like,
dancing and there's no
silent.
music.
There's like feet shuffling and stuff, and like people are just going crazy, and there's fucking no music. It's and maybe it's fake, but they all had headphones on, and it was like, this is amazing.
Fucking Bluetooth.
So awesome. Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's awesome.
Yep.
That reminds me of my one of my favorite music videos. It's The Prodigy. I want to say it's Baby's Got a Temper, something like that. Anyway, they're set up on the stage and they're singing to a full crowd of cows. Fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that video.
See, you could do that video
that
around
video,
here.
yeah.
Right?
You gotta use what you got.
What I wanted to do, so back when Dink was still a thing, we had that song Westboro Hate Machine.
I remember that name for some reason.
So anyway, I wanted to do a video themed like that, except I wanted it all to be sheep, and then we'd have somebody dressed up like a fucking wolf rolling through the crowd, and that was kind of
Dude, that would have been cool.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I could play it and sing it at the same time, we'd do it, but that one's kind of hard. Plus, I can't. I don't think I'll ever scream like Jake Gill screamed.
Really?
That guy could scream.
Yeah, I only saw you guys one time at the booth.
Yep, I was there too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same.
That was fun.
I think that was the only time I ever saw Dink too.
Dink.
Dink.
Reminds me of Doug Funny. You guys ever watch Doug? You guys might be a little too old for Doug.
Maybe.
Mr. Dink. Every time I hear about that your band, I'm like, I would always think of
Mr.
Doug, the show.
Is that his neighbor?
Worst cartoon. Yeah. Mr.
You know
Dink.
what's funny is I
Oh, the
think
cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I know
I
what
do
you're
know
talking
that,
about. Yeah.
I think Jake actually suggested Dink, but it was like D-I-N-K, like Dink.
Actual Dink.
Yeah.
Jake Gilden.
No.
No,
Your brother.
My brother Jake.
Yeah, when he drummed for us for the 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And that was already taken. And so then we started tossing things around. That's how we got to the D Ink. And so it was like, okay, so what's the D stand for? And so it ended up being Dissonance.
That's how you came up with that?
Yeah.
It started as Dink and became Dissonance Incorporated?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and it was funny because
I thought it was the opposite.
Yeah.
What was funny is I think somewhere along the way, one of the Google definitions of D-I-N-K was a whale's pecker. but there was a band that was like a punk band that was already called Dink, so
Yeah.
we kind of reworked it.
Yeah, that's funny because remember Ian Blair and Cameron Case? We had a few practices for a black metal band that I was playing drums for, and we were supposed to be called, it was like, we were sick, and that was like Russian for whale penis. So, dude, I've been in a band named after whale penis as well.
So now we just need to find the sister band, San Diego.
What does that mean?
What is that?
Will's Vagina.
Are you serious? Okay, wait, why do you two know that?
Have you seen Anchorman?
Movie reference.
Yes, but not in a long
I want to
time.
watch it again.
Okay, that makes sense.
Matt
like,
is the
you guys
king of
look this up?
obscure movie references. I will attest to that.
I've learned that listening to the podcasts.
You know, they say if you're going to be good at something, be really good at it.
Be good at something that can really do nothing for you in life.
One of these days, I'm getting on, what is it, Pop Culture Jeopardy?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you,
I'm waiting until Mark McGrath dies, though, because that fucker will kill me. That dude knows
you have to go against him,
I don't know.
dude.
He's the one that was always
Like
on
Sugar
it.
Ray, Mark McGrath.
Yeah.
He was a bad guy in Joe Dirt too. There's a movie reference for you.
Such an unfortunate movie.
I've never watched it.
He was in one of the
either.
Sharknadoes.
Oh really?
Yeah. 3
Dude.
or whatever when they went to New York.
You know what, man? That would be pretty sweet if you were just a B movie star.
Really? I mean, because
You know, that would be fun, wouldn't
Dude,
it?
nope, not a whole lot of pressure.
no,
Yeah, it's
no
like, it does not have to be
whatsoever.
great.
If you can read your fucking line, you're good.
Yeah.
Stumble out of your trailer half drunk.
Like, oh my God, look at the size of that dink.
Quick, find a San Diego.
It's time for Operation San Diego. It's coming right at us.
Looks like somebody peeled an avocado.
Do you think anyone's actual dream was to be a B movie actor, a successful?
Just me. I think it's just me.
I was wondering if people really, because I'm sure there's people that really would like to be like a third string quarterback and not really.
Yeah, never have to
and just be
play.
cool with that,
Yeah,
but
no pressure, just a paycheck.
just get a good paycheck too.
Yeah, and you get to keep your fitness level up. You know.
That I can kind of get, but a B movie actor just seems crazy. Although, okay, you guys should watch Murder Party sometime on Netflix.
Murder Party. All
Yeah,
right.
speaking of B movies that are surprisingly
We'll
really
put it on my
funny.
list.
Yes, put it on your list. Watch it.
I got a list started.
It's like the like cheesiest looking, like it looks like a 90s horror movie, but it was made in like 2007, and it's just like not very good quality, but man, like it's funny. It's really funny, and I was surprised that I was laughing not just at how bad it was, but like I was actually laughing at their like the writing. It was a diamond in the rough.
Nice.
I wondered why it
Murder
kept
Party.
popping up on my Netflix. Like I don't want to watch this shit. What is this?
Dude, sometimes you gotta trust that algorithm.
Yeah, I guess so.
It really does. It really does know you. Alex shares my Netflix, so it like fucking throws everything into chaos.
Yeah.
Like I can't. It's not for me anymore. It's for us, and it's hit or miss.
Joe Dirt 2 probably pops up a lot.
Probably, yeah.
Another dream job, I think, would be to be like the audiobook guy.
That reads?
Yeah, that reads the audiobooks.
Oh.
I would totally do that. I would love that.
Yeah,
A lot of them. At least like your bestsellers and stuff like that are actual actors now.
Yeah, I know.
But I'm sure you could get that straight to paperback.
Yeah, maybe I should just
those dollar audibles.
I just start going around recording people's self-published works. And then trying to work.
Except you should read them like this the whole time.
I should read them with a lisp.
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
Because I totally I've got a daughter that just turned 2. So and she first thing in the morning she's like, "Daddy, read. Daddy, read book. So I'm like, all right, let's read 10,000 books. Great.
That's awesome.
So, I mean, it's great. But so, different characters have different voices, It's like, oh, whoa, where are you going with my banana? Or I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So you try to act it out for her, and I just have a lot of fun with that.
Dude.
Like
where the fuck are you going with that banana?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. When...
I'm gonna say this for my girl Lucretia. Now fuck that bitch.
What is it?
Oh, have you seen that?
I thought you were talking about the stories you're reading to your daughter.
I jumped tracks.
It is nature. I mean,
I don't know. If you there's a video of a macaque eating a banana. And someone did a voiceover of it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I love it.
Look, give me that fucking banana. Oh,
yes.
It's like
I can't believe I've forgotten about that.
You're like Tony Baker.
Oh,
so
God.
good.
I laugh. I don't know,
I
but
think that's him.
I laugh every time.
Yeah,
It's
hilarious.
It's probably first saw that like 2 or 3 years ago, and I laugh every time.
He's the one that did the cram. With the Rams, have you seen it? Where they're like button heads, like cram.
Yeah.
Cram. It's just fucking sounds so stupid, but man, it's funny.
I walk into a room with Traci laughing 47 times a week, and it's always his Instagram page, and it's always an animal doing something.
Dude, she sent me a link to his Instagram page, and that was it. And I was like, okay, that's pretty funny. I was like, she must really like this guy. She's just sending everybody like, support this guy.
She loves it.
What's the guy's name? Because I need to follow him.
Yeah.
I think his Instagram is like Tony Baker Comedy.
Yeah.
Tony Baker.
And he just does voiceovers of like videos, just like that monkey one.
Yeah.
He might be the one that did the monkey one, maybe.
I don't know.
When you were talking about reading your daughter, it made me think of whatever podcast it was when you were talking about reading Harry Potter with your son.
Yeah. I don't even remember talking about that on the podcast, but yeah.
Man, that was so sweet. I remember I was in the Brahms drive-thru on my lunch and I was listening to that in my car and I was like, damn, this is a beautiful story he's telling.
It's a beautiful memory that I have. I'll love to share it.
It is great, man. It's like, it's it was very touching, I thought. And it was weird because like, it was probably chaos like a minute before that on whatever was going on the podcast. And I was like, whoa, this is really putting me on a roller coaster of emotions.
Shoot, well,
it was great.
Again, man. Thank you for listening to the podcast for one,
I love it,
and thank you for that sentiment. I mean, that's the cool thing about having kids. I mean, just you see them, their personalities grow, and
and I don't think that would have.
Amazing.
I don't think you talking about that would have affected me before I had a kid, but now I'm like, yeah, I get that.
Yeah,
I
you
totally
relate
get
to that. Yeah.
So, we just got my kid a puppy. She's been asking for like 3 years, so now I got a damn dog in the house.
I've been telling you for 3 years.
Damn dirty dog.
I know. Is that every time there's a cat on Facebook, and that's like, you should get her a dog instead. I'm like, I'm not a dog guy, but I like this dog a lot more than the cats so far. Cool. But she's like this big. She really looks like a corgi.
She does, for sure.
But she's cute. So
that's
I
awesome.
don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, how do you train a dog? Megan, Google it.
Just take it outside a lot when it's a puppy.
What's her name?
Jesse. Uncle Jesse.
Uncle Jesse.
I want to call her Uncle Jesse. Even just named her Jesse, which thank God. I thought it was going to be some crazy name.
Tricycle Rainbow.
Yeah, something like that. And luckily, I was just like, yeah, perfect, Jesse. Thank you for giving her a normal name. But
should have named her X Ash Archangel Musk.
Oh, dude, is that how that's actually said?
Yeah.
Are they gonna let him do that?
I don't know.
I saw something off the bat, and this guy was like, chill, like it's spelled like that, but it's pronounced Xavier. He named his kid Xavier. And I was like, okay, that's weird, but like at least that's something easy to say. Yeah. And then he went on Joe Rogan's podcast and like, it's what you said. It's like
12.
Like what?
Dude, he seems, for being like an eccentric billionaire, probably, I don't know how much money he's worth, but he seems like very, like, pretty cool. Like, fairly normal. Like, he can laugh at memes and stuff. He doesn't seem like your typical guy with that amount of, like, power and money. So I thought that was a weird thing that he was going to name his kid that.
Yeah.
Because he seems...
What I thought was weird is he said that the kid's mom is the one that came up with the X Ash.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. He added some part of it just because of like the
Archangel project that came up with the SR-71 Blackbird or something.
If he listened to Five Finger Death Punch, he would have beat her for that. Luckily, he doesn't. So
he owns stock in Affliction.
Oh man,
it's Affliction.
It's weird. You just said like, oh man, he sounds like he's down to earth. Someone like literally right before this podcast tried to convince me that he is like so off the rails that he's like crazy and just like losing his mind.
Oh,
and
really?
He's going, yeah. And I was like, why?
He's
like, what are you basing that off of? Like, I don't understand.
I don't know that much about it.
I don't either.
From what I've seen, I think he seems like pretty self-aware. Like he could be a guy you could like talk to a little bit.
Yeah.
He seems
nice. He's weird.
Yeah, he's weird.
He's out there, but
he was on a PewDiePie video. Did you see that? He was on a meme review video and they were reviewing memes and he was just like laughing his ass off these dumb, like deep, like inside joke memes. I was like, that's when I realized like, okay, he's pretty cool, I think. I mean, at least he's like fairly normal. He's not as awkward as most of those guys are.
Yeah.
So
I like how he's really he's really measured. Like somebody will ask him a question and he'll just stop talking. He'll just stop talking and sit there, and then he'll like he doesn't.
He'll process it for a second.
Yeah.
He'll do the exact opposite of what I do.
Yeah.
When I'm talking.
That's how I feel. I'm just like, somebody stopped talking, so I gotta say something.
Right.
Yeah. Like it's kind of that you're getting an answer that is like well thought out from him.
I see a lot of people hate him online, and I don't know if that's just because he's at that level of fame where people just think he's a huge asshole, or if there's something to that. But like every time I see the Wizard and the Bruiser Facebook, people talk about him on there sometimes, and there'll be tons of comments of people like, yeah, too bad he's a fucking asshole. He did this and whatever. I don't even know what it is, but I don't know what's true. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But seems like every person, if you say anything about anyone these days, about a celebrity that you admire, people are going to be like, this person's trash and here's why.
Yeah.
It's like they supported this cause like in 2005 that 10 years later they realized it was
right. He did this one thing this one time, and therefore, it's not forgiven ever. Yeah.
I'll actually
totally down.
I'll actually like read into it if somebody says he's trash and here's why, but like most of them are just like he's trash.
Yeah, right. That's true.
Right. And you're like, man, that okay, but
why?
Explain, please.
Right.
They're like I saw a lot of people saying like he could be spending this money on like helping our Earth, and instead he's like wasting money, like trying to figure out how to get into space. And it's like, fuck off. Like you could say that about everything. Yeah. You could say fuck you for like buying that hat because you could have donated that. You don't need to wear a hat, so why'd you spend your money? Like you could say that about anything.
I mean I really. The more that I've listened to different intelligent people, there's some people that think that the only chance for the human race to survive is to get off this planet.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Now, I don't know if that's really what Elon Musk believes, but I do think at the very least he's like, humans have to do big things again.
Yeah.
We have to have big projects.
Yeah.
We need something that inspires. So maybe it's like, maybe he doesn't really think that we need to get to Mars, but maybe he just thinks that humanity needs a kick in the ass to tackle a big thing that will give us some insight to do the next big thing, to where, you know, that just...
Yeah, I totally agree. What happens if we stop progressing?
Right.
Somebody has to be...
Well, what we do is we progress to a point, and then we exploit that until the next big thing. I mean, that's where we are with the internet.
When we ruin Mars, and then what? I'm just kidding.
We won't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, just the internet, God love it, is at the same time probably one of the worst things there is. And it was great when it came out. And now it's been exploited. So we need something else. You know, that was its own little revolution. Now we need to move forward with something else. I don't know what.
Let's start.
Santiago.
Yes. Santiago.
Let's start playing music again.
Let's do
Everybody. Let's start having these kids learn some instruments.
Yes.
Yeah. Recorders.
Get off the damn internet. How old do I sound? I don't care. I don't care anymore. That's what I say to Evie every night. I don't care about your games. You're going to learn a darn instrument and get the sax out. And then she gets the sax out, and we try to... And
Don't play it like me.
I don't know how to play it, so I can't teach her, but, you know, my heart's in the right place. So, no, we don't have internet. So she's really falling behind on her schoolwork. I'm just kidding. I'm suddenly tired. And I'm just... This happens on our podcast, too. By the end, I'm like, oh...
Just imagine if we could have got him drinking. Jesus.
Okay, you might not believe this, but I only drink White Claw.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? I've never had a White Claw.
I don't drink. I really don't drink. And I bought Megan some White Claws, and I tried a couple, and I'm like, I think I could drink this.
Yeah.
Because
Pretty good.
I've just never developed a taste for anything. I hate almost everything alcoholic.
That's probably a good way to be.
Yeah, yeah. Yukon Jack, margaritas.
Really? Yukon Jack margaritas?
Yeah. They're not they won't hit you as hard as margaritas because they're just a malted beverage, but they taste like margaritas.
Wow.
Yeah. I put a 12.
Sounds
I
horrible.
could.
Yukon Jack's 100 proof.
No, not the. Oh, that's a yeah.
You're drunk, aren't you?
I'm getting there. What? It's not. So if it's not Yukon Jack, Cayman Jack.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Cayman Jack Varney.
Further south, Yukon's up north. The Cayman Islands are down south.
Okay, all right, I got you.
Get it?
Yeah. Yukon Jack is like Yukon Jack is like the Mountain
Nobody
Dew
got
of
it.
whiskey.
I get it now.
You shouldn't be drinking that. It's gross. Look at all those bottle caps.
I know.
I know.
I got a full deck of cards
so
over
sorry.
here. I got a full hand.
A full hand of what?
You see, there's-
Absolute. No, I got a pair of eights. I got a pair of eights tonight.
You guys actually play with us?
No, but now I'm thinking we should. you know?
Yeah, I
Get a
think
full 52 deck. That'd be awesome.
I was just saying earlier. That's my goal. I want to
Yeah.
get a full deck.
we
be
get
fun.
rid of our caps. We plan on at least 5 beers during a podcast,
Yeah.
and then we see where we end up. I've got a pair of eights.
I would
so.
play poker. You guys like poker at all?
I like poker, but I play it very rarely.
Me too. But I like it a lot.
Dude, doing this podcast makes me, every time that we get together, I'm just like, why don't we hang out more? I love you guys so much.
I know. I feel
Like,
the same way.
We should
And it even looks like a poker table.
we should do a poker night every now and then.
Yeah, totally.
That'd be cool.
Somebody has to teach me.
Has the virus made you guys like think like, man, I'm not gonna take hanging out with my friends for granted again because this has never happened before. So we
Yeah.
never had that feeling of like, you know, what if I couldn't see anybody for a month or two or something like that. But now I keep thinking like, man, I'm gonna do so much more with people now, and I don't know how long that's gonna last, but You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm still working. So.
Yeah, I'm still working too, but like I'm luckily
I wash my hands more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too.
My parents are 75 and 73, and they're still thankfully still with us and like actually really healthy. But my dad does have kind of had to have part of one lung removed, so he's kind of compromised like when it comes to respiratory things. So when this all came about, like I really like made a strong effort to not go around my dad or my mom, because she gets it, then he'll get it, blah blah blah. Right. So that is what really got in my mind. It's like, man, like it's weird. My daughter, both my daughters, like we want to see grandma and grandpa. It's like, well, we can't see grandma and grandpa right now.
Isn't it strange?
You call them,
Forcing yourself to not see a loved one out of love.
Yes.
What a weird thing.
It is. That's what really out of the whole thing was the most kind of strange to me.
My grandma is down at the nursing home, so she's a block from me. She'll be 100 in a few days.
Oh wow,
damn.
That's amazing.
But I haven't got to go see her.
Yeah.
And I probably could. I think they'll let you see her through the door, but
yeah, yeah, they're being pretty strict. I think still with the nursing homes.
But yeah, she'll be 100 in a few days.
That's awesome. You got that good blood in you. You might live to be 100. You gotta quit drinking though.
I don't know.
Dirty old beers. Yep. You gotta get the whole deck and then quit drinking.
Fun fact: she used to during Prohibition. She used to run moonshine across the Missouri border.
God.
Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Is there any... No, probably not. This is a dumbass question. I need to stop talking. Never mind.
No, give it to us.
No, dude.
Is there anyone that was alive in the 1800s left? That would be crazy. They'd have to be 120 years old.
I don't think so.
Probably not.
Why wasn't it a big deal when the last person from the 1800s died?
Man, I don't know if that's true. I think that there is someone over 120 years old.
Really?
I think so.
I thought there was a Chinese lady who was like...
I don't know if they could verify it, though. I think
guess
it's like
my question wasn't so stupid.
No.
You're welcome.
I want to... I'm totally... Don't, check this. Don't take this for truth, because I think I'm pulling this out of my ass, but I think I heard that the oldest person on record was something like 128 years old.
Wow.
Jesus. That is a long time.
What do you do
for
those last 40 years?
Just fuck bitches.
Oh my God. What?
Thank God for modern science.
That's the key.
I'm sorry. That was just purely for the laugh.
The reason you can do that, shower towel lifts.
Shower towel lifts. Yep.
Into your 90s. Wow. This has gone some places. I love it.
Yeah. This is pretty tame. We didn't drink whiskey.
You guys should have.
Next time.
No,
Maybe
just
so.
you two, but not us.
Yeah.
Since I used to have a lot of house parties, but I never have. Basically, by the time I was 21, I had stopped drinking, and so I had tons of house parties before my daughter was born, and I never drank. So it was just like me babysitting a house full of drunk people around my own shit, which seems really stupid. And it was really stupid. What am I getting at? I don't know.
I bet you're a popular guy, though.
I was just thinking about if you guys are drinking whiskey, how it's been a while since I've been the sober guy around really drunk people, and how weird that is. But I don't know what the fuck my point is. I have no point.
It'll still be fun.
There's no point, so
that's all right.
I'm so sorry. I just ruined it. So Zakk said something really funny, and then I just start talking.
It was good.
I'm still talking.
No, it's
I thought
great.
It was funny.
It wasn't funny though. It wasn't supposed to be funny. I'm getting mad at you. Why? Why would you?
I'm trying to be nice here, goddammit.
Man, you guys are nice. Thank you for having us.
No, thank you for being here, man. Why don't you guys tell everyone where they can find Flowsion online
and the podcast.
And the podcast.
Strange Days.
You can search Facebook for Flowsion, and there's a page there. I think we have a Bandcamp as well. Search Flowsion. There's a couple like real bad quality demos there. If you want to find Strange Days podcast, just search for Strange Days under People on SoundCloud. We're exclusively on SoundCloud. It's a licensing thing. No, it's not. We don't know how to get our podcast in other places. Anyway, look for us on SoundCloud, and look for us on Facebook. Go like us on Facebook, facebook.com/strangeDaysPodcast, youtube.com/AlexM141. That's where you can watch our ghost hunting videos. youtube.com/EVGamer. That's my kid's gaming channel.
Yeah, shout out to Evie.
Yeah, shout out. And what else?
I think that's it.
That's
it.
There's a
live Flowsion on Still Point Visions YouTube.
Yes.
Yes, there is a special Strange Days case over at Jack's Car Barn on YouTube.
Yes, that's right.
Where they track down the Disco Demon with the help of Bob Valentine.
I love that video so much.
I think we might need to have Bob Valentine in here on the podcast.
You're damn right.
Yes, you should.
Yes.
All right, guys. Well, I thank you very much for being here. It's always wonderful to hang out with you guys. I'm glad we could do it and record it for other people to hopefully vicariously enjoy the time too.
Good luck to them. Good luck making it through this.
Yeah. We're definitely with you all through this coronavirus stuff. We're in this together. So thank you for checking out Off the Edge podcast. You can find us on YouTube, on Spotify, on Google Podcasts. There's probably some other platforms I'm forgetting. But please do subscribe. And on YouTube, you can click that little bell icon to get notified for new episodes. And leave us feedback. We will look at it and respond, or stuff like that.
Yeah, and I'll respond too.
Yeah, Alex will do it too.
I'll be like, your criticism wasn't good enough. I'll criticize your criticism. I'm sorry.
That is such a postmodern take. Oh. Anyways, all right. Thank you guys. Thank you for listening. We're out of here. Bye.
Bye.
Man, I just can't shut the fuck up. God damn it.